After nearly a month off, the Grayson County Cougars return to the field to begin the Class 5A playoffs. Standing in their way is a new familiar foe in Graves County. For the fifth time in the last 750 days, it's the Cougs and Eagles on the gridiron. After dominating the first matchup, the Cougar offense has fallen on hard times. Tonight brings a new time and a new day. Next week is never a guarantee, but tonight a win is all that stands in the way. And a good evening and welcome to Mayfield, Kentucky and Graves County High School for tonight's Grayson County Cougar football game against the Graves County Eagles. Sam Gormley here with you tonight. Welcome into the Locker Room Show on K105 and K105 Digital Productions. Coming up on our Locker Room Show, we will introduce you to both the Grayson County Cougars and the Graves County Eagles, give you a conversation with the coach of the Cougars and the keys to tonight's game. This is Cougar football on K105.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
That's a bad call.
That was a great call.
That's the worst call I've ever seen.
Great call.
Horrible. It's a horrible call.
Sports fans don't often see things the same way.
Terrible call.
That was a good call.
Terrible call.
But there's one call everyone can agree on. Call 811 before you dig. The free service that helps you avoid utility lines while you're digging. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Safety!
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The Twin Lakes Fast Mix, K105.
Graves County enters the game with a record of 6-2. They are 4-1 is how they finished in Class 5A District 1. They're coached by Nick Kemp. He's in his second season. 13-7 is his record. This is the first game that Graves County has played since a shutout win over Marshall County on October the 30th. Head coach Nick Kemp, he was named the interim head coach prior to last season, and that tag was removed over this past offseason. Graves County's two losses this year, Owensboro and Mayfield. Those two teams have combined for a record of 15-1. So a really good team is Graves County today. And of course, the winner of tonight's game will advance to next week's playoffs against the winner of Owensboro and Breckinridge County. If Breckinridge County stuns Owensboro tonight, no matter who wins tonight, they will host Breckinridge County next week. If Owensboro wins, then that game is going to be in Owensboro, no matter what happens here tonight. John Ben Brown, he's the starting quarterback, 96 of 170 for over 1,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions against the Cougars. Last month, he was 12 of 18 for 219 yards and 3 touchdowns. Clint McKee, he's the main running back, and he's a stud. There's no doubt about that. On the season, he's tied for second in the entire state with 1,415 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns. He rushed for 183 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Cougars last month. But really, the guys you got to watch out for the most are the wide receivers. Mason Grant, he has over 500 yards receiving. Race Richards, he has over 500 yards receiving. Kyler Manning, he has over 200 yards receiving. Grant and Richards killed the Cougars last month. Big plays were the big thing. When you look at Graves County, though, on offense, they're going to be missing a name that you might not know, but is a big deal. Briar Buzanis will not play due to COVID-19 quarantine. You're probably wondering, what position does he play? Left tackle. Left tackle is one of the more important positions on the offensive line. He protects the blind side of the quarterback, and Brian Jones was telling us he's a heck of a player, and that is a big deal for Graves County not to have him here today. Clint McKee, he's tied for 5th in the entire state with 20 touchdown scores. On defense for Graves County, they're going to be without their leading tackler for COVID-19 protocol. Jack Cope will not play. He has 82 total tackles, 6 for a loss, along with 4 fumble recoveries. The defense for Graves County, giving up 132 yards on the ground, 200.8 through the air, and giving up just under 17 points a game. They forced 16 turnovers. Connor Thomas, he's the kicker. Got to get to a break. We'll come back with more. So we'll introduce you to the Grayson County Cougars after this. This is Cougar Football on K105.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Welcome back here to Eagle Field in Mayfield, Kentucky, where the Cougars and the Eagles are getting ready to get underway. Grayson County, this is their first game played since a 41-0 loss to Owensboro on October the 23rd. Interesting stat to bring you. This is the first time that the Cougars have played a team on their home field twice in the same season since 2010. They lost both of those games to Warren Central. Grayson County lost to Graves County earlier this year, 45-0 last month. Brian Jones, he's going to look to be the first Cougar head coach to win a playoff game in his first season. He's only the second coach to make the playoffs in his first season. Quarterback for Grayson County, Kaylor Decker. He's 28 of 51, 315 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Caden Woodcock, the main running back. He's 5 yards away from the 1,000 club on the season. He has 995 yards, 13 touchdowns. Mason Miller joins him in the backfield. He has 39 carries for 145 yards and 4 touchdowns. Hunter Toms is the leading receiver, 14 catches for 275 yards, both receiving touchdowns for the Cougars. When you look at this offense against Graves County, it's been a struggle. Since Qdarius Jennings went off against Grayson County, against Graves County in the playoffs 2 years ago, Grayson County's offense has yet to score a touchdown. That's 144 minutes of playing time since the Cougars last scored a touchdown on offense. In fact, the lone touchdown Grayson County scored was a pick six by Zach Bratcher. As a defense, Bratcher, he's the leading man on that defense. 61 total tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. Big name, though, the Cougars going to be without tonight, Ben Rogers. He leads the team with 9 tackles for a loss and 2 sacks. He will not play tonight due to quarantine for COVID-19. Levi Martin, Hunter Harper, Hunter Toms, also some names you need to know on that Grayson County defense. We're going to take a break, come back, talk to the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, Brian Jones. A little bit of an extended conversation. There's a lot to cover, so we won't waste any more time and jump right into that. Cougar football on K105.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Oh, excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
105. The Twin Lakes Best Mix. K1.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Brian Jones. And Coach, last 4 weeks, what do you want the public to know about what's been happening with your team?
Well, we spent 2 weeks in quarantine, no practice. Kids, were NTI, had to work from home, because of an exposure. Thankfully, we all came out of that healthy. Nobody ended up getting it. But contact tracing got us all from the Owensboro game. And so we, had a couple weeks off and fortunate enough that we were able to come back about, almost 2 weeks ago and able to get back to practice. And, it was a rough 2 weeks that we were in quarantine. Kids, I think, were chomping at the bit to get back, and everybody was excited to kind of get back together and just kind of get back into a routine. And, here we are, ready to play first round of the playoffs.
One of the things that I always say about coaches, and this can be sports, this can be anything, is that you, yes, teach about on the field or in performances or whatever it is, but there's also a lot of life lessons that can come from being a coach. This season, there's been a lot about that you can teach about life lessons. What do you think your team has learned about that, not only just across this entire season, but over these last 4 weeks?
I think the biggest thing is, you don't know what each day, each week, each month kind of is going to hold. And, you're going to face adversity throughout your life. And we've talked a lot about that this season, adversity on the field within a game. You may have a bad play, miss a tackle, have a turnover, whatever it may be, and you've got to play the next play. And we face some adversity off the field. We've been in quarantine. We've, missed some games. And, fact of the matter is it correlates to life a lot. You're going to have bad days at work. You're going to have trying times as a parent. You're going to have trying times in a marriage. And all those things take work and effort to be good at. And we've spoke a lot about that here coming out of quarantine, about adversity and, just continuing to battle and make each day the best that you can be. and and be grateful for the good days and things like that. And we've been extremely blessed these last 2 weeks to be able to get back going and spend some time together and practice and everybody play a game that they love. And so there, like you said, there's been a ton of life lessons that we've spent a great deal probably talking about this season more than other seasons, just because of all the adversity. And I think our kids have handled it tremendously. I think the community support, the local support from the administration and the Board of Education, the health department, everybody's just kind of rallied together and take each day as it comes. And we're just super excited to have this opportunity.
Caden enters tonight needing 5 yards to join the 1,000-yard club. What does that mean to a player, and what kind of an accomplishment is that?
Well, I think it's a big accomplishment for him. He had a brother that played here a few years back, was a really good player, and I think it's been important for him to, I guess, live up to the Woodcock name, because his brother was such a good player. And to do it in a shortened year, I think it's been tremendous. If you would have asked me going in, only getting 9 games and then us actually only getting 7, if we'd have a 1,000-yard rusher, I'd say probably not. We would have never foreseen the year that he's had. And I think it's big for our team because he doesn't do it alone. There's been great offensive line play. Mason Miller's had a tremendous year blocking in front of him. And, Kaylor Decker, we do some read option and stuff. And so having some reads and different things like that, it all plays a part. And so it's a great accomplishment for Caden. Surely he'll get that tonight. But it's a big team accomplishment as well that everybody can kind of hang their hat on. And, over the past few years, we've had some. Jordan Stallings, great running back, 1,000-yard rusher.
Q
Darius, 1,000-yard rusher, great running back. And, for Caden, I think to kind of put his name with some of those guys that have had 1,000-yard rushing years here is pretty special.
You mentioned Darius, and since he scored a touchdown against Graves County in that playoff game back in 2018, your offense has not scored a touchdown in over 144 minutes. The lone touchdown was a pick 6 by Zach Bratcher in the middle of that monsoon. We don't need to go back to that. But has that been credit to Graves, mistakes on your offense, a little bit of both, or what's been the reason behind that?
Well, I think our pass game down there, everything that could have went right for them did, and everything that I think could have went wrong for us did. I think that game was not telling of what we did or how close I think we match up with them. And so I think really for us that's more been self-inflicted than them dominating us or anything like that. We just haven't traveled well down there. It's a long drive, it's a long bus ride, and so we're looking to do things a little differently on this trip than we have the past couple, in hopes of changing some of that. And it's a combination of several things, I believe, but hopefully we'll get that changed tonight.
When we go back to October 9th, one play really stands out, and I think you know exactly which one I'm talking about. 4th down and 1, inside the 5-yard line, they stop you.
Yep.
Obviously, we have no idea if you would have gotten that, if the game result would have changed. It might not have. But how do you make sure tonight that if you get a short play like that, that you can accomplish that, and if not, that the wheels don't fall off like it did last time?
Yeah, I do believe that things would have been quite different. You pick up that 4th and 1, you got first down. Even if you just could barely get the first down, you're first and goal from the 3 or 4 yard line. I'd like to think we'd score there. Even the very next series for them, it was a 3 and out, and they punt to us. We pick up a few positive plays, then throw an interception in the end zone. And that's really it was kind of a snowball from that point. And so, we focused on that some this week, that we hurt ourselves, and, our mentality changes, their mentality changes, and a lot in that game probably plays out differently from that play. And so, we focused on doing little things. We've went over some of those mistakes that were specific in that game. And, just really tried to get the kids to believe that, they're not 45 points better than us. And, we've been shut out twice this year, and once was against a really, really good team, and once was a really poor showing by us. And so we've just tried to hit in on making sure we get those little things right.
Before the game last time, we mentioned big plays for their offense. They have 4 touchdowns of over 55 yards against you all October 9th. What do you have to do to limit that tonight?
I think we just gotta get off the bus. And that first time, October 9th, I didn't feel like we got off the bus. We got to start early and force them to play in front of us. They hit some big passes. The one right before half, coming out of half, their first possession, they hit a 50-plus yard run. So we've switched up what we're doing a little bit and tried to build some confidence in the kids in the game plan. And I felt like it was necessary to not go in with the same game plan to try to spark that confidence in the kids. I think if we go in there with the exact same scheme, there may be some self-doubt. And so we've just tried to do a better job putting kids in position to be successful. And, I think if we can start early, they'll build that confidence that, we've been so accustomed to over the last few years that, if it becomes a dogfight, watch out for the Cougars in the fourth quarter.
We know this year and have learned this year that next week is never a guarantee.
Yeah.
How do you make next week be as much of a guarantee as it possibly can be tonight?
We've got to control the ball, control the clock, slow it down, eliminate the big plays like you said. Can't have the turnovers like we had the first go around. And, play our style of football, which is, those 8+ play drives that eat up 6 to 10 minutes and, finish with a score. Because I think that becomes kind of demoralizing to a defense when you just know they're coming at you and you can't do a whole lot to stop it. But they've got a really good front four on their defense, and so we're going to have to do some things differently. We're going to have to take some shots, and to extend drives, and we've got to make sure they end in points.
Coach, good luck.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Go Cougars.
We'll have more here coming up after this.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
That's a bad call.
That was a great call.
That's the worst call I've ever seen.
Great call.
Horrible. That's a horrible call.
Sports fans don't often see things the same way.
Terrible call.
That was a good call.
Terrible call.
But there's one call everyone can agree on. Call 811 before you dig, the free service that helps you avoid utility lines while you're digging. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Safety!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The Twin Lakes Fast Moves. K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where Grayson County and the Eagles are getting ready to get underway here in the Class 5A playoffs. Now time for your keys to the game. First off for Grayson County. The first one, limit big plays. We talked about it with Coach Jones, and it's big in this one. Graves County in that game last month had 4 touchdowns of over 55 yards. That cannot happen if Grayson County wants to win tonight. Second one, burn the clock. When Grayson County can dominate games, that's what they do. You look at that Ohio County game. Grayson County held the ball for 27 of the last 30 minutes of the game. If they do that tonight, they can win this game. Third one, take advantage. This can mean a lot of different things. For one, like that game last month, they had the ball 4th and 1. When you have that chance inside the 5-yard line, you got to punch it in against a team like this. When you get chances, take advantage of them. The fourth one, forget the past. That happened. Yes, your offense has not scored in 144 minutes. That was then. This is now. Don't worry about that at all. For Graves County, you've got 3 really quick ones. First one, don't overlook. Grayson County can win this game. Yes, you've dominated them the last 3 times you played them. That was then. This is now. Second one, make the Cougars throw. And the third one, get into space. You saw that in that game last month. When they got into space, Grayson County didn't have an answer. The play-by-play is next. This is Cougar football right here on K105.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Oh, excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
It's time for football in Mayfield. Grayson County and Graves County close to getting underway here tonight. The Cougars will receive tonight's opening kickoff here in this one. Grayson County wearing their home white jerseys with orange numerals. Graves County will be kicking from left to right on your radio dial. They will be wearing their all-black jerseys, silver numerals, and a silver helmet. That is how they're lined up, and it'll be Connor Thomas, the kicker, to kick this one deep to Caden Woodcock and Joey Clemens for Grayson County. Sam Gormley here with you tonight. This is WKHG Litchfield K105, and it's an onside kick, and Grayson County looks like they fell down on top of it at midfield, and it's Owen Bratcher that comes down on top. Great job by Grayson County to not be fooled at all. Kaylor Decker comes out onto the field, the Grayson County quarterback, 28 of 51 for 315 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions on the season. He's also rushed for just over 100 yards. Grayson County, their first game played since October the 23rd, a game that they lost against Owensboro. They will have the ball on the Eagles' 49-yard line, so perfect field position after they're not fooled at all on the onside kick. And it will be Decker under center. He's going to spread it out. 2 wide receivers down here to the near side. Cougars working from right to left. A running back, Woodcock, is the deep back. And it'll be a handoff to Woodcock. He brings it back towards the middle. He's across the 45, across the 40, and he's got the first down and more for Grayson County. The Cougars have a nice pickup up to the 38-yard line, 11 yards, and that's 1,000 career yards for Caden Woodcock on the run for Grayson County. The Cougar offense, Kaylor Decker is the quarterback, Woodcock, and then you've got wide receivers of Toms, Bratcher, Miller, and other men. Man in motion, it's Zach Bratcher, and it'll be another handoff. Big hole for Woodcock across the 30, spinning down to the 28-yard line. That's another pickup of about 9 yards on the run. And it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Cougars. Again, Woodcock has passed that 1,000-yard mark for his career, the first Cougar to rush for 1,000 yards since Qdarius Jennings back in 2018. It's a big deal, and only Grayson County has had maybe about 15 in about the 46-year history of the program. I formation this time for the junior quarterback, Decker. He has Miller, and it will be faking the handoff to Miller, and this time it goes to Woodcock, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss. Big tackle in the backfield by Graves County. In there was Caleb Cornwell. He's one of the leading tacklers in this one after the leading tackler for Graves County will not play tonight. That is Jack Cope. He has 82 total tackles coming in tonight. Due to COVID-19 quarantine, he's not going to play. No score. Ball placed here on the Graves County 29-yard line. 10 minutes, 40 seconds to play in our opening quarter. As getting the play call from head coach Brian Jones is the junior Kaylor Decker. And he will go under center. Woodcock is the running back. Graves County stacking the box on the inside. They have 7 inside. It'll be a handoff to Woodcock, and he spins down near the first down marker, but it looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short. And decision time immediately comes up early here for Grayson County. It'll be 4th down and 1. Ball placed on the 29. They need to get to the 28. Grayson County not thinking twice. They're going to go for it. They're the underdog. You're on the road. Graves County's dominated you the last 3 games. Why not go for it? I like the call from Brian Jones. Take this game by the horns immediately. They got 3 running backs in the backfield, 1 wide receiver to the right side for Decker under center. It'll be a handoff to Woodcock. He lowers his shoulder, and he looks like he's got enough for the first down. It'll all depend on the spot, but it does look like he got up to the 27, waiting for the official signal. It is first down Cougars, up to the 27-yard line. Grayson County, coached by Brian Jones, in his first season, 5-2. He's 17-52 overall, in 7 seasons overall, as he was previously the head coach at Todd County Central. He's been the main man calling plays for Grayson County over these past couple of seasons, though. Shotgun formation this time for Decker. Trips down here to the near side. It is Bratcher and Toms. Toms is in the slot. Woodcock is the running back, and it will be a handoff to Woodcock. He comes across this near side, across the 25, and he's spun down, about the 22-yard line, 5-yard pickup for the senior running back, Caden Woodcock, again, who just crossed the 1,000-yard mark for his career. Grayson County moving the ball here on their first drive after Graves County attempted an onside kick. And Grayson County's Owen Bratcher made the biggest play of this game. Maybe to start off, just a massive play. It kicked right to him, and he fell down right on top of it and did it. Trips to the right side. 1 wide receiver down here to the near side. Shotgun formation for Decker. Woodcock is to his right in the backfield. Graves County showing blitz when Decker is going to go quarterback draw right up the middle. Across the 15. Inside the numbers. 5. Touchdown Cougars! Kaylor Decker takes it into the end zone, 22 yards on the quarterback draw, and Grayson County strikes first. It had been 148 minutes scoreless for the offense against Graves County, but they get in first. It'll be Jackson Kane to attempt the extra point for the Cougars. 8:36 to play in the first quarter. It's Kaylor Decker who gets Grayson County on the board. Kick down, the place is up. It is long enough, and he put it through. Cougs up 7-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Kaylor Decker puts Grayson County on top of this one early, 7-0, with 8 minutes and 36 seconds to play here in the first quarter as Grayson County goes 49 yards. It took them 7 plays to get into the end zone. Exactly I'm not sure that Brian Jones, if I would have told him to draw up a more perfect drive to start the game, could have drawn it up much better than that went. No negative plays. They pick up a 4th down and short, and they score a touchdown. Perfect after recovering the onside kick. Kane kicks this one, and it's picked up at about the 13-yard line by Graves County. Across the 20, back here towards the near side, brought down right there at the 20-yard line. Big tackle by Grayson County. In there was Dominic Vigil on the tackle. He came from behind and brought down the receiver. So Graves County's going to have the ball on their own 21-yard line with 8 minutes and 31 seconds to play in the first quarter. Graves County quarterback John Ben Brown, he takes the field. He is 96 of 170 for 1,606 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. This offense is high power. And he will hand it off to the running back, McKee. He goes up the middle, and he has nothing working at all. The Cougar defensive line stops them there. Cougar defensive line is going to be without Ben Rogers tonight. But they do have the linebacker, Zach Bratcher, in the middle. Mason Miller, Levi Martin, your secondary, Michael Wood. Hunter Tom's playing deep as well. Caden Woodcock in there as well. Hunter Harper, though, has been one of the main men in there over these past couple of weeks as well. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Eagles. They're going to spread it out again. 1 wide receiver down near to the near side, 2 out to the left. Shotgun formation for the senior, John Ben Brown. It'll be another handoff to McKee. This time he goes out to the left side. He breaks a hole, and this one will come back after a holding penalty by the left tackle. And McKee picks up the first down, but blatant hold by either the left tackle or the tight end. In fact, left tackle is a big position to look at here, as it is holding confirmed by our main official tonight. And that main official is John Bruce. Your umpire is Robert Littlepage. Charlie Henderson's the linesman. Line judge Terry Turner. And the back judge is Chuck Henderson. So that'll move Graves County back to the 11-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 20 for the Eagles. But again, Graves County is going to be without their starting left tackle tonight, and that is Briar Buzanis. Due to COVID-19 quarantine, and head coach Nick Kemp on the Graves County Coaches Show, held by our friends over, Joe Jackson, the voice of the Eagles. And they said that they're going to do kind of a left tackle by committee tonight, which can be dangerous. That's protecting John Ben Brown's blind side. He will pass off into the flat. It is complete to the 14-yard line on the far side, and he will be stopped at about the 16-yard line over on that far side of the field, as that pass was complete to a number 7. Is that right, a 7? I don't have a number 7 on my roster. So that was complete up to the 16-yard line, 5-yard pickup, 3rd down and 15. Grayson County has to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down, something that they did not do in that game last month here on October the 9th. 2 wide receivers on each side. Shotgun formation for the quarterback, Brown. Cougars have 5 in the box. They show blitz. They rush 4. Brown throws over the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended for Race Richards, and Grayson County forces a 3-and-out for Graves County. As in there on the coverage was Mason Miller, who was chasing the speedy Race Richards, who is the second, has the most catches on the team with 33. He has 512 yards and 6 touchdowns. Graves County will be back to punt, and their punter is Robert Thomason. Back deep to return for Grayson County. Looks like it is Caden Woodcock. He stands at about the 48. Good snap. And they get it away, and it is not a good punt at all. Straight into the air. It takes a Graves County bounce to the 25-yard line and dies at the 29. A 13-yard punt, and Grayson County has amazing field position here to start their second drive of this game. 6 minutes, 34 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's Grayson County 7, Graves County nothing. It'll be on the 29-yard line officially for Grayson County. Kaylor Decker getting the play call. He had the 22-yard touchdown run to get the Cougars going. Again, they had not scored in 144 minutes against Graves County. The offense hadn't. The lone touchdown was an interception return by Zach Bratcher a long time ago, back in that monsoon of a game back in October. It'll be a handoff to Woodcock. He stutter steps on the draw. He dives across the 25-yard line up to the 24. That's a 5-yard pickup for the senior running back, Caden Woodcock. Grayson County and Graves County, the matchup history. This is the 5th time that they have played in program history, with all of those matchups coming over the past 750 days. Grayson County dominated the first one, winning 54-35. Since that point, though, it's been all Graves County. They won 21-10 in a matchup in Litchfield last year. Came back in the playoffs, won 28-0, and then earlier this season, it was 45-0 Graves County. Decker under center. He has a fullback behind him, standing only about 2 yards behind, and a penalty flag. Is it coming out or not? The official took it out of his waistband, and I guess he couldn't get it out, and it's a false start called against the Cougars. As he took it, and he was holding it in his hand and, like, rolling it around, and finally he threw it. I don't know if it got stuck in his belt or what. I'm not sure I've ever seen that, because the play stopped, and kind of a weird sequence there, but it'll back the Cougars up after the false start. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. So the 5-yard pickup by Caden Woodcock is erased immediately. Two wide receivers to the right side. It's Michael Wood and Owen Bratcher. Shotgun formation for Decker. He has the running back Woodcock to his left, showing blitz up the middle of the linebackers, and 2 more penalties, and that's another false start called against Grayson County. That'll move them back to the 34-yard line, shooting themselves in the foot on this one. 5:34 to play here in the first quarter. It's Grayson County 7, Graves County nothing. Not what Grayson County needed here. You heard Coach Jones talk in the open. Limit mistakes is big in this one. They can't allow, Graves County to have an inch. They need to take advantage of everything that they possibly can. So after back-to-back false starts, Grayson County will have 2nd down and 15. Ball placed from the Graves County 34-yard line. They break the huddle quickly. 2 wide receivers on each side. Again, the shotgun formation. This time Woodcock is on the right side, and another penalty flag comes in. Again, called against Grayson County, a 3rd straight false start, and it will be 2nd down and 20. I'm not sure I've ever seen 3 false starts called in a row. And again, this is one of those things. Grayson County has not played in 4 weeks. Some of these little mistakes were going to happen, and timeout will be taken on the field, taken by Grayson County. And probably a good timeout here by Brian Jones. Just say, hey, you know what? That happened. We're done. It'll be 2nd down and 20, though, when we come out of the break. Try to see if we can't bring you some score updates from around the region. Henderson County on top of Davis County, 7-0. That score is in the first quarter. Apollo in McCracken County, no score halfway through the first quarter. of that game. Bowling Green on top of Greenwood 6-0 halfway through the first quarter. Edmonson County trailing Clinton County 6-0 halfway through the first quarter of that game. Owensboro all over Breck County early 14-0 in the first quarter of that one. Let's see here. Owensboro Catholic on top of McLean County 7-0. That game is in the first quarter. That appears that most of the stats that we have to bring you from around the region. Here's a Franklin, Simpson, Allen County. I don't see one. Bardstown leads LaRue County, though, 18-6 early in the second quarter of that one. Our score, though, Grayson 7, Graves nothing. 5:07 to play here in the first quarter. Cougars will have the ball. I guess it's only 2nd and 15. Did they not back it up more? I guess not. So the Cougars, no, they did. I guess, no, it's placed at 34, so I guess that last penalty didn't count. Decker will pass, though. He's got a scramble, and a penalty flag will come in after he is hit, and that might be a holding called against the Cougars. So I guess that one false start was not one that happened. A penalty flag comes in, though, after Decker was hit from behind by Graves County's number 53, Caden Stimson. And it's a holding called against Grayson County. And in case they couldn't shoot themselves in the foot even more on this drive, they do it again. So now this ball is going to be placed back at the 50-yard line. Grayson County's got to get to the 19. So it'll be 2nd down and 31 for the Cougars. And this is kind of almost one of these things, what do you do if you're Grayson County? Probably just a halfback draw or something. In fact, Mason Miller has now checked into the game at quarterback, or no, it is Decker still in. Miller is in the backfield. Decker will throw a screen, and it's tapped up, nearly intercepted by Graves County as Caden Stimson got his hand on that one and knocked it down as it was attempted a screen to Woodcock. And the Eagles were not fooled at all. 4 minutes, 43 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Grayson County. They will have to get this ball down to the Graves 19. They have the ball on the 50. And it will be Decker under center. Woodcock is the deep back. 2 wide receivers down here to the near side, 1 out to the right side. Maybe just a run here. Man in motion, Mason Miller. He'll move into the backfield now. It'll be a handoff to Woodcock. He's across the 45 and brought down from behind at the 42-yard line. Nice tackle in there by Caleb Cornwall for Graves County up to the 42-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, but 4th down and a country mile still stands in the way for Grayson County. They will be forced to punt this one away. A drive that could have been perfect. You had the ball 2nd down and 5 at the 24-yard line, and instead penalty, and you're going to have to punt the ball in your own territory. Not what Grayson County needed after starting the ball perfectly in this game. Woodcock will punt this one. He stands at his own 48-yard line, standing back at the 10 to return this one. He's number 7, again, who I don't have on my roster for Graves County. We'll try to bring that one to you if we can. A penalty flag comes flying in, and it's delay a game called against the Cougars. There are play clocks here. I'll tell you what, that whistle was blown right as the ball was snapped. So it'll move Grayson County back even more to the 47-yard line. And Grayson County's still going to put this one away. So penalties galore here on this drive for Grayson County. So Woodcock now will stand back at his 43-yard line while the return man stands back at the 17 for Graves. Woodcock calls a snap. It's a good one. He's going to roll out to the right, rugby-style punt. It's a good one, and it's going to be caught at the 19-yard line by the return man. He's across the 20. He gets a block across the 25, across the 30, down inside, and he's brought down from behind. Levi Martin in there on the tackle for Grayson County up to the 33-yard line. It's Kyler Matting, who has now flipped his number to number 7. He was 27 on my roster, but sounds like he is number 7. So the punt will be returned up to the 34-yard line by Graves County. Just about a 20-yard return on that one. So the Eagles will have the ball 3 minutes, 37 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Brown in the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side. It'll be a handoff to McKee. He goes right up the middle, and Grayson County's brought him in the backfield for a loss. Mason Miller was in there to bring him down. He snuck right through the defensive line and ends up stopping him for a loss of a half a yard on the play. Nice play by the senior Miller, stopping McKee. McKee again, last month against the Cougars, 183 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 wide receivers to the left. It is Richards, the high receiver. In the slot, you have Matting. And down low, here is Mason Grant. Brown scans the defense. It'll be another handoff to McKee. He's got a big hole across that left side. If he can get the edge, he can. Across the 35, across the 40, and he sidesteps out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down, Graves County. Graves County coached by Nick Kemp. Again, he's in his second season. 13-7 is his record. He was previously a defensive coordinator. And he's 2-0 against the Cougars, or 3-0 against the Cougars in his career. Is it enough for the first down or not? It looks clearly enough for the first down, and whoa, we had a penalty. I miss what the penalty is, an illegal block in the back called against Graves County, and that'll push them back. So big plays. Tell you what, officials, they came with their flags tonight. Lots of penalties here in these first, about 10 minutes of tonight's game. So Graves County will have the ball on the 35-yard line, so it'll turn out to be only a 1-yard gain. So it'll be second down and 9 coming up. 2:50 to play here in the opening quarter. It's Grayson 7, Graves nothing. As it was a 22-yard quarterback draw touchdown run by Kaylor Decker that got the Cougars offense started. Not a lot of passing early on here for Graves County. They're giving it to McKee, and he will get it again. He sidesteps one man in the backfield and brought down by Levi Martin at about the 38-yard line. 3-yard pickup by the junior running back, Clint McKee. McKee, he's a stud of a running back. On the season, 1,415 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns. That total is second in the entire state for rushing yards. He is one of the best. There's no doubt about that. And that is not in Class 5A. That's in the entire state. Third down and 5 coming up here for Graves County. 2 wide receivers on each side. Shotgun formation for the senior quarterback, John Ben Brown. He is McKee in the backfield. He will pass, throws off into the flat. It is complete. He's got the first down and more. Does Matting across midfield, diving up to the 45-yard line. And Graves County picks up their first down of this game, as it's a pickup of 17 yards and a first down, Graves County. As he ran a curl route over onto the left flat, and he was wide open. Grayson County's got to cover that one a little bit better. He knew exactly where the first down was, and he picked it up. 1:43 and counting to play here in the first quarter. Grayson 7, Graves nothing. McKee in the backfield to the right of Brown. Cougars loading the box. Brown will pass again, scans down the near side. He's got Mason Grant, and it is caught. He goes over the top of Michael Wood and catches it inside the 15-yard line at the 13-yard line. First down, Graves County, 32-yard pickup. And Graves County starting to move the ball. He went one-on-one. He trusted his 6'2" wide receiver, Mason Grant, over the 5'9" cornerback, Michael Wood. And when you've got that much of an advantage of 5 inches, it can really mean a lot. Brown again in the shotgun formation, approaching the 1-minute mark here of the first quarter. He scans the Cougar defense, who now will back up more, and it's a wide open hole for McKee. He's inside the 5-yard line towards the goal line, and he's up to the 1. That's what the pass can do. Grayson County was stacking the box to try and stop McKee, but it wasn't going to happen there as the McKee brings it down to the 1-yard line, 12-yard pickup. 1:07 to play here in the first quarter. It's Grayson 7, Graves nothing, but the Eagles are knocking on the door here, trying to tie this game up. As it will be Brown in the shotgun. He has McKee to his left. He's got wide receivers out to the left and the right. It'll be a draw to McKee. He's up the left side, dives towards the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. He stuck the ball out and gets in. Hunter Toms tried to lay the block across the left side, but wasn't able to. And Graves County is an extra point away from tying this game up. And it will be Connor Thomas on to attempt the extra point. 42 seconds to play in this first quarter. As it's the 1-yard touchdown run by McKee. That is his 21st touchdown on the season. Mason Grant is the holder. And you might want to watch it a fake. He's got a lot of speed, does Grant. And we have a penalty flag thrown and another one and a false start called against the Eagles. And it's interesting because the head official was looking at the kicker. Something you don't usually see there, as he was looking at him the entire time. So that'll back him up. So now this turns out to be a 25-yard point after attempt. On the season, Connor Thomas attempting PATs, 33 of 34. He's 2 of 3 on field goals. Grayson County trying to go. Good snap. Placed down. The kick is up, and it's long enough. And he put it through. Graves County ties us up with 42 seconds to play here in our opening quarter. Some scores to bring you from around the region. Hopkinsville leads Callaway County 7-6. South Warren on top of Christian County 14-0. 42 seconds to play here in our opening quarter. Other scores to bring you: Pikeville on top of Sayre 21-6, 9:58 to play in the second quarter. Scott County leading Grant County 35-6 halfway through the second quarter. I did say the South Warren Bowling Green on top of Greenwood 14-0. Owensboro now all over Breckenridge County 28-0. That game is still with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, so it looks like whoever wins tonight will be making the trip to Owensboro next week. Graves County will kick this one away. They attempted an onside kick on their last one. Owen Bratcher, though, was there to get it. Connor Thomas kicking from the 40-yard line. This time he will boom it away, and it's going to be caught back at the 14-yard line by Joey Clemens. He's across the 20. He gets a blocker across the 25, slips one tackle. He breaks through across the 35, and that's where he's going to be brought down at the 36-yard line. He slipped a tackle at the 30-yard line, did Clemens, and it turns out to be a nice return for the senior. 34 seconds to play here in our opening quarter. Grayson and Graves all tied up here at 7. And the Cougars will run their first play in their own territory, ball placed on their own 34-yard line. They had their first drive was beautiful, scoring a touchdown. Their second drive started great, then penalties shot themselves in the foot. Shotgun formation, and actually it's a wildcat formation for Mason Miller. He comes across this near side and keeps it himself and might pick up 1 or 2 on the run. Looks like it's to the 37, so it's a 1-yard pickup. Second down and 9 will come up. That might be the final play here of this first quarter. Will Brian Jones run one more? Caden Woodcock gets the play call. He's going to deliver it in. Is Decker in the game or not? As I scan the sideline. In fact, he is on the sideline. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. Grayson 7, Graves 7 after 1. This is Cougar football on K105.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Oh, excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
County all tied up here at 7, and it'll be second down and 9 for the Cougars. Ball placed on their own 37-yard line. Grayson County scored on their first drive of the game. It was a 22-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. Then got great field position on their second drive, and I hate to think that second drive might be one that comes back to haunt them after all of the penalties. Out of the timeout here and out of the quarter break, And it will be a Wildcat. Woodcock goes right up the middle across the 40-yard line, and he gets up to the 43 where he'll be brought down a 6-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down and short for Grayson County. 3rd and 3 for the Cougars. They're going back to this Wildcat formation. You saw them run against Owensboro. I think maybe even a little bit against Ohio County as well, with Miller and Woodcock in the backfield. Taylor Decker appears to still be on the sideline. And a substitution comes out. A lineman checks out. It was Dalton Constant who checked out of the game. So again, you got Miller and Woodcock in the backfield. Both can throw the ball. They have this season. Woodcock has not completed a pass. He's 0 for 3 with an interception. Shotgun formation, and Miller's going to keep it himself. He lowers his shoulder. He's got the first down and more across the 50, across the 40, inside the 30, brought down at the 22-yard line. Mason Miller on the quarterback keeper brings it down for a first down, Cougars. Give me 35 yards on the pickup for Mason Miller. That's probably got to be a career long for the senior on the run. And if he had a little bit more speed, he'd have had 6. Big run there by Mason Miller. 11 minutes to play here in the second quarter. It's 7-7 between Grayson County and Graves County. Sam Gormley here with you tonight from Mayfield. It is a perfect night for football. Again, the Wildcat formation with Miller and Woodcock in the backfield. This time it will be Woodcock again. He's got a hole across the left side. He goes behind the blocker Miller. He gets it inside the 20-yard line, entering the red zone. Looks like he's brought down at about the 16-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup for Grayson County, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Cougars. Moving the ball really well here tonight, Grayson County. I mean, other than that second drive where they kept shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, they're moving the ball against Graves. Something that, last time they played, Grayson County had only 99 rushing yards and 101 passing yards, so 200 yards of total offense. Moving the ball really well here to start this one. Again, this Wildcat formation for Grayson County. Who will get it? This time it'll be Woodcock. He stutter steps across the left side, dives towards the first down marker, and it'll all depend on the spot. He had a nice hole that Woodcock, only standing 5'7", was able to kind of squeak through and get that one, and it'll all depend on the spot from our head official. It looks like he's got enough. And he does. First down, Cougars. Took him a while to officially give us. It's 4 yards on the pickup there for Caden Woodcock. Again, Caden, he picked up and crossed that 1,000-yard mark on this season. In the Wildcat, bunch formation this time. Wide receiver, the widest one, is a tight end of sorts. They're going to run it again. Woodcock bobbles the snap in the backfield, and he's just going to have to fall down on top of it back at the 16-yard line. 4-yard loss for Grayson County. 2nd and 14 coming up. Woodcock at first was going to try and pick that up and make something happen, but on a play like that, you just got to fall on top of it, because sometimes picking it up can make things even worse, because if you get hit and try to pick it up and move, that ball's going to be a fumble, and there's a whole lot of green grass for Graves County, and instead you live to fight another play. 2nd and 14 is a whole lot better than a touchdown for Graves County, or Graves County having the football, especially when you're in the red zone. 8 seconds on the play clock. This time Woodcock's going to go under center, and they're going to have to snap this one away. 3-2, timeout Grayson County. We'll take it with them. Cougars and Graves County all tied up. This is Cougar football on K105.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
Grayson County will have the ball, second down and 14. Ball will be placed in the Graves' 16-yard line. It's 7-7, 8 minutes, 32 seconds to play here in the first half. Kaylor Decker remains on the sideline. It'll be Woodcock under center. Mason Miller lined up as a fullback. Woodcock keeps it across the left side. He runs into a man inside the 10-yard line, brought down at about the 7. Beautiful play fake there by Woodcock. Everyone in the building thought Miller got it, and because of that, Woodcock was able to bring it down to the 6-yard line. 10-yard pickup there for the senior. So it'll be third down and 4. Grayson County needs to get to the 2. We having a little deja vu to last time where Grayson County had the ball deep inside. They weren't able to achieve the mark last game on October the 9th. See if they can't do it here. Woodcock under center. Showing blitzes Graves, and Woodcock's going to keep it himself. He dives towards the first down as he just kind of flung himself towards it. And again, this is all going to depend on the spot. The line judge says he is a half a yard short, and it appears that he is. He got to the 3. He needed to get to the 2. Deja vu is setting in. Grayson County had this opportunity in the game back last month, almost in the identical spot in the field. I think it's 1 yard closer. They're down on this right side, which is exactly where this happened last time, almost at a similar point in the game. Grayson County did not convert that time. See if they can this time. It's a handoff to Woodcock. Left side, looks like he's got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. That works even better. 3-yard touchdown run by Caden Woodcock, and the Cougs are back on top, 13-7. And I love it. The Grayson County bus has its lights on, turning on and celebrating, because when Graves scores, the ambulance turns on, so Grayson County give it a taste of their own medicine. Jackson Kane on to attempt the extra point, trying to give the Cougars a 7-point lead. It's long enough, and it is no good. Wide left. But Caden Woodcock puts the Cougars on top here with 7 minutes and 4 seconds to play in this first half of action. I mean, that's a big play in this game for Grayson County. They didn't hit that extra point, but you still take the lead here in this one. Again, 13-7 is the Cougars' score here. 7 minutes, 4 seconds to play in the first half. I want to appreciate everyone, though, for tuning in tonight here on K105 and K105 Digital Productions, as it is a beautiful night for football here in Mayfield, Kentucky. I want to give a big shout out to the K105 Digital Productions crew here tonight. They're here, and it is great, and we're happy to be back. It's been 28 days since the last Cougar football game, but it just feels right that we're here in Mayfield. There's something about here. In fact, we've only had 3 home games, but we played 2 games here in Mayfield, almost more than that. I just would much rather have, if we're playing games this close, let's make it Breck or something like that, to where it's not quite as far of a trip. Took us about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get here today, but Grayson County has a 13-7 lead, and you know what? You win the game, and that drive home is a whole lot easier than the one last month, where it was 45-0. Jackson Kane to kick this one away. 2 men standing back deep, and Kane's going to do a little pooch kick. It's going to be caught at the 37-yard line, trying to break it down the near side across the 40-yard line and brought down at the 46-yard line. Was one of the upbacks there for Graves County. And in there on the return, looks like it was Wesley Feltz. He's one of their backup running backs for Graves County. So the Eagles will have the ball on their own 46-yard line. 6 minutes, 58 seconds to play here in the first half. Grayson County held them 3 and out on their first drive, but the second drive, Eagles could pretty much do whatever they wanted. They started to pass the ball a little bit more, had a lot of success in doing that. Brown is in the shotgun formation. McKee, the running back, is to his left. He fakes the handoff to McKee, throws on the slant. It's complete at the 40-yard line. Breaks through across the 30, 20, 15, 10, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. To the house, Mason Grants takes that one 54 yards, and Big plays, we talked about it. Graves County in the game last month had 4 touchdowns of 55 yards or more. This one was only 54 yards. Now we got horns blowing like crazy and everything. So Connor Thomas will try to give Graves the lead here. And that's the big play offense that we talked about in the open. Place down, the kick is up, and Thomas splits the uprights and puts it through. So Graves has taken the lead here 14-13 with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in the opening half. It's a little bit of a shootout here turning out early on in this one. So it took Graves County less than 20 seconds to take the lead in this after Grayson County took the lead themselves. That missed extra point could come back to haunt Grayson County. As always, if you're watching with us on K105 Digital Productions, be sure to let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. I know we got some Mason Miller fans in there, some Hunter Harper fans in there, all kinds of people cheering on the team. Oh, I saw our good friend Roger Lush in there. He instituted the quote of the day from Brian Jones. It said, "We got to get off the bus." Tell you what, Cougars have gotten off the bus here to start this first quarter and a half of this one, but the defense can't let those big plays happen as they trail this one now 14-13 after the 54-yard touchdown reception by Mason Grant. And again, this is now in the past 2 games, 5 touchdowns of 54 yards or more for Graves County against the Cougars. Kicking here from Thomas, and it is a line drive kick, and it goes out of bounds. So that'll help Grayson County with some good field position as Joey Clemens just sat there and watched it roll out of bounds. So Grayson County going to get good field position here. 6 minutes, 48 seconds to play in this first half of action as Graves leading this one by the score of 14-13. So Grayson gets the ball here on their own 35-yard line. Moved the ball really well with the Wildcat tandem of Mason Miller and Caden Woodcock. Will Decker check back in, or will it remain the Woodcock and Decker show? It will, or Woodcock and Miller show, and it's going to go back here to Decker in the shotgun, and a penalty flag comes flying in from one of the back judges. And it is a false start called against Grayson County. Another one called against the Cougars. Tell you what, Brian Jones, if there's one thing he cannot be happy with in this, it is that exactly. False starts and penalties galore. But again, when you haven't played, and as long as Grayson County has, it's a wonder that it's going to happen. First down and 15 now for Grayson County. 6:48 to play in the first half, 14-13. Graves on top. Trips to the left, one wide receiver down near to the near side. Decker is the shotgun quarterback. He does a quarterback draw again across the 30, across the 35, where he'll be brought down at the 37-yard line. On the quarterback draw, one of the linebackers came up to make that play, and that was, again, Caleb Cornwall, one of the top players on this Graves County team. Decker gets that one up to about the 37-yard line, so he picks up about 7 yards. Second down and 8 will come up here for Grayson County. Cougars moving the ball on the ground. I'm not sure they've even attempted a pass in this game, but when you're having success doing it, why even do it? Shotgun formation again. Trips to the left, one wide receiver down here to the near side. Decker will roll out to the left, looks to pass, and it is complete in the flat to Owen Bratcher at the 42-yard line. He spins around and will be brought down immediately. A 5-yard pickup for Owen Bratcher, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 for Grayson County. Owen Bratcher is a big target out there for Grayson County, standing 6'4", 190 pounds. So it'll be the 42.5-yard line of sorts for Grayson County. So 3rd down and a short 3, long 2. Shotgun formation for Decker. Miller moves from his right to his left. 2 wide receivers on each side. It'll probably be a handoff to Miller. 5.5 to play. Nope, Decker's going to keep it himself, and he's not going to get anything at all. Tried to go across the left side, and nothing was working. No gain on the run. 4th down and about 2.5 here for Grayson County. Ball placed on their own 42-yard line. This is a tough decision here. Grayson County looks like they're going to go for it. This is a tough call for Brian Jones. You're down by 1, under 5 minutes to play in the first half. You're the underdog. You're on the road. You got the ball at midfield. Take advantage is one of the keys to the game. And it'll be a handoff to Woodcock. He spins, and he's not going to get it. No gain on the play. Turnover on downs. Possession to Graves County. Not what Grayson County needed. Giving Graves County the ball back. 4:44 to play in the first half. They'll have it on their own, on the Cougars' 42-yard line. I don't hate the decision to go for it. You're on the road. You're the underdog. It just didn't go your way. 1 wide receiver to the right, 2 to the left side. Brown quickly jumps out there in the shotgun. It'll be a handoff to McKee. He's got a big hole across the left side. He's across the 40. He goes across the 35-yard line. He's brought down across the first down marker at the 32-yard line by Grayson County. Levi Martin in there on the tackle for the Cougars. It's up to the 32, 10-yard pickup for Grayson County. 4.5 to play here in the first half. It is Graves 14, Grayson 13. Cougars did start the half with the ball. Something to keep in mind as this quarter runs down. 2 wide receivers on each side. This time for the senior Brown. Cougars scanning the offense, trying to see what they might do. Brown will pass, 3-step drop, steps up, loops one over the middle. It is incomplete, nearly intercepted by Grayson County. Michael Wood had his hands on it. He went up against Kyler Matting, but it falls incomplete. As that was nice defense there. Wood was playing as a safety, and he came over across the field to stop that pass from going, as if Matting would have caught it, he'd have walked into the end zone untouched. So 2nd down and 10 will come up. Same formation for the 6-2 Graves County Eagles. McKee now will go out to the right side. Brown fakes it. Now we'll go to Richards here down to the near side. He's across the 30, across the 25, slips one tackle. Brown inside the 20, loses the ball. It's out. I'm not sure who got it. The ball is out. Grayson County doesn't seem like they have it. Looks like Graves County does fall down on top of it, and they do. One of the big offensive linemen fell down on top. As you saw Richards, he broke across the 20-yard line. That ball shot straight up into the air. And Graves County catches a break on the 13-yard pickup. And a first down for Graves County, and this is where the defense for Grayson County needs to step up in the biggest way possible. Inside the red zone is Graves County. 2 wide receivers on each side. McKee is to the left of Brown. Brown will hand it off to McKee, and he is driven backwards and brought down by Mason Miller. And also in there on the tackle for Grayson County was Will Scott. And it'll turn out to be a loss of 1 yard as Clint McKee, when he was down, reached out and put the ball about 3 yards further, but the officials do not fall for that one at all. 2nd down and 11 will come up here for Graves County. 3 minutes, 20 seconds and counting to play here in the first half. It's Graves 14, Grayson 13. Cougars struck first on the Kaylor Decker touchdown run. Woodcock had a touchdown run of his own, but moving the ball is Graves County as well after not doing so on their first drive. Throwing off in the flat, it is complete the 15-yard line, breaking it down inside the 10, inside the 5, brought down there for Graves County on the pass completion. Big catch and run for the Eagles. I believe that might have been Mason. It was Mason Grant. He got it down to the 4-yard line. It's a 16-yard pickup. Inside the 5. You got to think that this is probably Clint McKee territory. He's already got 1 touchdown tonight, a 1-yard run. And they're going to send 1 wide receiver, Richards, down here to the near side. Grant and Matting are to the right side. And there's an extra blocker back there for McKee. McKee will get it, and he goes through, and he's stopped at the 1-yard line. No, the official on the far side says touchdown. Touchdown, Graves County. I thought he was stopped a yard short, but the official had a lot better of an angle than I did. 4-yard touchdown run by Clint McKee. And Graves County now has a 20-13 lead pending the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good. Graves County takes a 21-13 lead. This is Cougar football on K105.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
The Twin Lakes Fast Mix.
Graves County has taken a 21-13 lead, and the kick is back here, and it's going to be taken by Clemens at the 14-yard line. He's going to break it back towards the middle. He is across the 20. He goes across the length of the field, breaks through a hole at the 25-yard line where he's going to be driven back at the 27. Graves County has taken that 21-13 lead, 2:16 to play here in this first half. Cougars are going to get the ball on their own 27-yard line, and this is going to be a big sequence in this game. If you're Grayson County, whatever you do not want Graves County to get the football back in this half. And it'd be great if you can score a touchdown and bring it to within at least 1 or 2 or even tie it up. Shotgun formation for Decker. He scans, throws at the first down marker. It's complete. First down, Cougars up to the 40-yard line. And that will move the chains to 10 and counting now to play, as that was Owen Bratcher on the catch there for Grayson County. Give him 13 yards on the pass completion. Bratcher came into this game with only 1 catch on the season. Now he's already got 2. In fact, it's actually up to the 41-yard line, so you can give him 14. You give him an extra yard. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. It's 21-13, Grayson County and Graves County. 2 wide receivers on each side, and a timeout will be taken by Graves County with 1 minute and 55 seconds to play here in this first half of action. Be sure to join us and stay tuned in at the half for our halftime show where we have our Cougars in the Classroom segment. As it's been a while since we've had this. In fact, this is one that we recorded a couple of weeks ago, because when we were planning on playing a game against Hart County back on October the 30th. So tonight, we take the trip to Grayson County Middle School and learn about a new program that is dealing with agriculture. Very interesting. It's something I knew not a lot about, but it's something that helps out the Grayson County Alliance as well. So Grayson County Alliance, our good friends, Debbie Childress and everyone along there. So be sure you tune in at halftime and see that. It's a lot of really good information for something that a lot of people don't really know a lot about. Other scores to bring you here from around the region. It looks like Meade County on top of Central Hardin, 14-3, halfway through the third quarter. LaRue County trailing Bardstown at the half, 32-6. Back out of the timeout here, 1:55 to play here in the first half. Cougars have the ball on their own 41-yard line. Shotgun formation for Decker, low snap. He will throw over the middle. It's Levi Martin intended. A cornerback fell down, and that stopped Martin from moving any further. As Decker threw the ball perfectly, and if it would have been able to connect, it would have been a touchdown for Grayson County. So 2nd and 10, ball placed on the 41-yard line. Cougars passing the ball here a little bit. They're going to spread it out again. 2 wide receivers on each side. Decker will pass again. Steps up in the pocket, throws. Complete at the 50-yard line to Owen Bratcher again. So that'll be a pickup of about 8 yards on the pass completion up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be near the first down marker, but the Cougars are going to have to get about 1.5 yards. Minute and a half and counting here to play. And again, Grayson County, this is where you got to be real careful. The last thing you want is to give Graves County the ball back with any semblance of time on the clock. We saw they scored with 1 second left in the game back here last month. Timeout taken by Graves County with 1:14 to play here in the first half. Cougars will have the ball 3rd down, about 1.5 yards. They need to get to the Graves 49. And they have the ball near midfield. So, yeah, it's about 1.5 yards that they will have to get. Henderson County leads Davis County 35-0, 3 minutes before halftime of that game. Bowling Green on top of Greenwood, 21-0, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the second quarter. Owensboro at the half leads Breck County 55-0. As looks like Owensboro will host the winner of this game next week. McCracken County in the second quarter leads Apollo 7-3. Owensboro Catholic leads McLean County 13-8. And looks like that's all of the scores that I really have to bring you as of right now. Our score, though, Graves 21, Grayson 13. 1:14 to play here in this second quarter. Grayson County has the ball at midfield, 3rd down and 1. They've got to pick up 1 yard. Shotgun formation. Each team has 1 timeout remaining. Actually, Grayson has 2. Graves has 1 after they've just taken 2. They've got to hurry, 7 seconds on the play clock. Decker sends Miller from his right to his left, and it will be a faking the handoff. Up the middle goes Decker. He's got the first down and more for Grayson County up to the 47-yard line. 3-yard pickup, 1:09 and counting here to play in this first half of action. Then Graves leads Grayson 21-13. Working the 2-minute drive, really something we haven't seen Grayson do much of at all. Shotgun formation for Decker. It's a low snap. He picks it off, fires off into the flat to Woodcock. He's across the 40. First down, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 12-yard pickup for Caden Woodcock on the catch and run, and more importantly, he steps out of bounds with 57 seconds to play in this first half of action. Jackson Kane, if you're curious, he made a field goal from 40 yards in warm-ups. That was obviously with no one out there. He was just using the tee, and he did make it. Decker to pass. Now he's going to scramble right up the middle, and he's going to get something, maybe a pickup of 2 yards, as he's thrown down at the 33-yard line. 40 seconds and counting now to play. Grayson County's got to hurry it up and get this ball snapped. 35 seconds to play. Maybe they'll just try and see what Jackson Kane can do here. 30 seconds now to play. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on each side. Decker throws over the middle, and it is incomplete. It was just behind Owen Bratcher, and honestly, that's not a bad thing because he was short of the first down marker, and he would not have been able to get there, and Grayson County would not have had much of a play to snap it off with. So there's 23 seconds to play here in the first half. Grayson trails by 8 points. They have it 3rd down and 7 on the Graves County 33. To get the first down, they will need to get to about the 24. It'll be shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on each side. Miller is the running back to his right. Decker will step up to pass. Now he's going to scramble, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss with 15 seconds to play. And will Grayson County just let this clock run out? Maybe he'll call a timeout with 1 second left and see how far Decker can throw it on 4th down and long. Looks like that might be what Brian Jones does. Nope, they'll just let the clock run out. So at the end of 1, it's Grayson trailing Graves 21-13. This is Cougar football on K105.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Oh, excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Anytime they're playing music downstairs, it's loud. I go downstairs, see what they're doing, see what music they're doing, see what they're dancing to. I go play piano downstairs, they come get involved. Leah has a drum set beside it, banging that. Any music, that's what they do.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Welcome back here to Mayfield, where Grayson County trails this one 21-13 at the half. They were moving the ball there late in that first half, but had a incomplete pass and a sack that kind of stopped the drive before it even got started. Brian Jones, you could tell, was pondering whether he wanted to throw a Hail Mary, but I don't think Keeler Decker has the kind of arm to get it there. And do you really want to show a hook and ladder play or something like that? At this point in the game, Brian Jones decided no. He was just going to take the 8-point deficit at the half. But the thing to keep in mind here is that Graves County will get the ball to start the second half. So they will have a chance to put some more points up on the board. But see what Kevin Embry, the defensive coordinator for Grayson County, can do to maybe make some changes. See what he might be able to draw up. There's a good Grayson County crowd here tonight, though. Small but mighty, as there's limited attendance tonight here. As I see, there's probably 50 people over there for the Cougar faithful. They've been loud tonight and cheering on Grayson County, and, I mean, they played really well in the first half. Self-inflicted errors with penalties, and, I mean, you take away the penalties in this one, and this is a brand-new ball game. But, again, you can say if. All that matters is what actually happened, and what actually happened is that Graves County has taken advantage of Grayson County's mistakes and leads this one 21-13 at the half. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll jump into our Cougars in the Classroom segment. Really good one here, learning more about some interesting things happen at Grayson County Middle School. We'll take a break, come back, learn more about that, and come back and recap what you saw. It's Graves County 21, Grayson County 13 here at the half. This is Cougar football on K105.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
While the Cougar athletic teams get most of the spotlight from the community, it is in the classrooms where they first learn to succeed. This season, we'll be featuring some of the people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County students. Tonight's Cougars in the Classroom, presented by McDonald's of Litchfield, takes us to the Grayson County Middle School, where students are learning to give back to their communities.
Grow Green Give is whenever is a student club that allows the students to be able to interact with the community by providing food for the community. This year it's kind of been a little bit hard to do that because of everything being virtual for after-school programming. However, I have been making sure that they have been learning a lot about horticulture and all the different types of plant science that I can provide for them, and they genuinely seem to like it.
Zane Pretty is a 6th grade science teacher at GCMS. He is teaching students how to grow their own food through the Grow Green Give Club.
The goal for Grow Green Give is to provide food for the community while teaching students the value of agriculture and horticulture and applying science to real-world concepts.
This school year has certainly presented some issues. However, school clubs are still trying to keep students interested.
Everything that our club is usually is in person and hands-on, but this year is all virtual. So everything that I've been doing is doing online demonstrations about how to transplant plants, and I've also been giving lessons about different types of plants throughout, like both Kentucky and like outside of Kentucky, because a lot of the kids are very interested in learning about different types of plants that they've never heard about. So that's the kind of direction that I've been taking it, is just making it as educational and fun as possible.
Grow Green Give is not only teaching students about plants.
They will learn how to apply science to the real world. It also kind of shows them how to grow their own food. I feel like that's a very important skill to have. Also, this is something that will teach the kids about hard work and how important it is to do research before coming to a conclusion or taking an action. Mainly what I've been doing is I've been showing them a lot of information and telling them why it is important to do your research before you take an action. So like with all these different plants that we're going to be growing, they need to be able to research it, know what to do, and why they're doing it.
The future might hold more ways these students can grow food.
I do plan on taking it further in future years. We actually have been talking about the possibility of using fish in our aquaculture system that we have out there. We just need to get things moving. Obviously, COVID has slowed things down, but I believe that we should be able to get more in the future.
Pretty explains that Grow Green Give will make students more informed.
I believe the big impact that this will have on students is that it allows them to see where their food is coming from. A lot of people are not well informed about where their food comes from, and since they'll be growing it themselves and actually watching me physically grow things here at the school, then they'll know exactly where food comes from, and also it teaches them the value of hard work and also the value of community, because we are providing food for the people who need it the most.
I am Emma Finch reporting for Cougars in the Classroom, brought to you by McDonald's of Litchfield. The halftime show will continue in just a moment.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Welcome back here to Mayfield, Kentucky, where Grayson County trails this one 21-13 here at the half. As, in fact, the Cougars are retaking the field right now, and I think that there's probably a lot to be happy about if you're Brian Jones, but at the same time, there's a lot that you can fix. You're down 8, but this next drive, Graves County will get the football to start this half, is going to be the most important drive of the season for the Grayson County defense. If you get down 2 scores to this team, it's going to be really tough to catch up. But if you can get a 3 and out, stop them, get the ball back, move it down, this can be a game you can win. But it all starts on defense, and I'm sure that's exactly what they were drawing up on that side of the field, trying to see what they might be able to do to make something happen. How it started, Grayson County, they got the ball first. They went 7 plays, 49 yards, for a 20, and ended with a 22-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker with 8 minutes and 36 seconds to play in the first quarter. In fact, when you look at that, Grayson County recovered an onside kick that Graves County tried that gave them the football, and they took advantage. We talked about our keys to the game. That was one of them. Take advantage, and they did exactly that. Then they forced a 3 and out for the Eagles, and the Eagles had the punt that only traveled 13 yards. The Cougars had the ball on the 29-yard line of Graves County. They had a massive opportunity, but had 4 or 5 penalties on that drive that pushed them back into their own territory. They were forced to punt it away, and Graves County ended up taking 7 plays, going almost the length of the field, and ended with a 1-yard touchdown run by Clint McKee at the end of the first quarter that tied the game up at 7. Grayson County, starting that second quarter with the football, went 9 plays and scored. Caden Woodcock, a 3-yard touchdown run with 7 minutes and 4 seconds to play, giving the Cougars the lead 13-7. It was a missed extra point by Jackson Kane. And it only took Graves County 1 play to score the next touchdown with a 54-yard touchdown reception from Mason Grant. And Graves took the 14-13 lead, and then a 4-yard touchdown run by Clint McKee with 2:26 to play in the first half gave us our score here at 21-13. If you're wondering what the horn is, that's what Graves County runs onto the field for, and it's been blaring for about the past minute, as I guess they're just waiting for them to come back on the field here before the half. The Cougars have been on the field for probably about 2.5 minutes. In fact, here they come back onto the field right now. So they're going to start the 3-minute warm-up clock to get the teams warmed up and ready. Graves will get the ball to start the second half, and that will be after this. This is Cougar football on K105.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Twin Lakes Fast Moves, K105.
Welcome back here to Mayfield. We're getting closer and closer to start the second half of action, as it is Graves County. They will receive this second half kickoff as they lead this one 21-13 with 35 seconds to play, or 35 seconds left on the clock until the second half of action. Sam Gormley here with you tonight. We appreciate you tuning in here to our coverage live from Mayfield, Kentucky. As they are going to kick this one away, will Grayson County, but I was telling our director, Chase Blaine here, do you think about onside kicking it if you're Grayson County here? You almost have to. Graves County has a high-powered offense. They're probably going to score no matter what. So why not try to take the ball in your own hands? You've got actually some offensive linemen of sorts that are the up-backs. There's a 5-man line for Graves County. I don't know what Jackson Kane's skill level is when it would come to that, but he will kick this one away. Cougars will work from left to right on your radio dial here to start this second half of action. The ball is up. They will not listen to me and instead kick it deep, and it's a good kick. Received at the 11-yard line by Graves County. Across the 20, across the 25, slips the tackle across the 30. He's brought down at the 32-yard line, and that is where the Eagles will get this ball. Kyler Matting on the return for Graves County. And it looks like officially up to the 34-yard line, I believe, or is it back towards the 32? In fact, it is back towards maybe even the 31 of sorts for Graves County. So that's where they will start the second half with the ball. They lead this one 21-13 against Grayson County. They've scored on their last 3 possessions after the Cougars forced them 3 and out on the first one. The quarterback, John Ben Brown, is in the shotgun formation. McKee is the running back to the right side, and it'll be a handoff to McKee. He has a hole across the left side and gets it up to about the 34-yard line on the run. About a 3-yard pickup for the junior Clint McKee. For the most part, Grayson County has held McKee fairly quiet. Now again, he has big play potential, and he can break one at the blink of an eye. And I don't want to jinx anything when it comes to that, but that probably has to be a positive for the Grayson County defense. Pass defense has been up and down as well. Brown is in the shotgun. McKee, it will be Brown to pass. 3-step drop. He throws over the middle to McKee on the slant. He's across the 40, across the 45. He makes a man across the 50, across the 45, across the 40. Breaks it back towards the middle, down inside the 35-yard line. He came out of the backfield and did a curl route and was wide open down to the 33-yard line. And that's a pickup of 33 yards and a first down, Graves County. Big plays. We talked about it before the game. That is the difference and can be the difference in this one. Grayson County has to find a way to limit those, and that is not good. Brown again in the shotgun. One wide receiver down here to the near side, two out to the right side. McKee is the running back. Brown will pass, and it's a screen to Grant across the 30-yard line, and he's tripped up by his feet down to the 26. As Grayson County at first was fooled by it, but then the defense backed up, and Grant, though, still picks up about 7 yards down to the 34-yard line, or the 26-yard line on the play there for the Eagles of Graves County. 10:15 to play here in the third quarter. It's Graves 21, Grayson 13. Cougars, a turnover would be perfect right here to try and take the ball away. McKee is to the left of Brown, and it will go to McKee right up the middle. He's a big hole across the 20, across the 15, and he dives across the 15-yard line up to the 11-yard line on the run. 15 yards and a first down for the Eagles. Score update to bring you. Edmondson on top of Clinton, 16-6. That score is at the half. But the Grayson County defense needs a stop in the worst kind of way of this one. They cannot go down 2 scores to this Graves County team. Breaking the huddle and now going in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. McKee again to the left of the 6'5" quarterback Brown. It's a handoff to McKee. He's inside the 10, still moving his legs down inside the 5, and he's brought down at the 4-yard line. That next level gives an 8-yard pickup for Clint McKee, the junior, for Graves County, and slow to get up on the play for Grayson County is Zach Bratcher. But he is okay. At first I was a little worried. He was down for an extra minute, and he boosted himself up, and it does appear that the senior linebacker, the best player in that Grayson County defense, is okay. 9 minutes and counting to play here in the third quarter. It's Graves 21, Grayson 13. See a score here update. Owensboro leads Breckenridge County 68-0 with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the third quarter. Man in motion. It'll be a handoff to McKee up the middle. This time Grayson County stops him for no gain. Nice job in there on the tackle for Grayson County was Will Scott. Also in there for the Cougars is Cooper Goff. So it'll be 3rd down and 2. I think you're almost guaranteeing that you're in 4-down territory if you're Graves County. But a big play coming. This is where you got to keep your eye on. Out wide to the right is Mason Grant. Richards is down here to the near side, but it's probably going to be McKee. And it's a fake to McKee, throwing over the middle, touchdown, Race Richards. 4-yard touchdown, and Graves County has taken themselves a 27-13 lead on the 4-yard reception by Richards. 8 minutes, 4 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Connor Thomas on to attempt the extra point. He's a perfect 3 of 3 tonight. Placed down, high snap, it's corralled. It's a line drive kick that splits the uprights, and the Eagles lead 28-13. This is Cougar football on K105.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally. The same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Being prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Welcome back here to Graves County High School, where the Eagles have now taken a 28-13 lead after the 4-yard touchdown reception by Race Richards. It was a good play call by Graves County as Cougars were defending the run on 3rd down and 2. They faked the handoff to McKee, and Richards was wide open on the slant across the middle. Connor Thomas to kick this one away, and it is a line drive spinning kick that is picked up at the 11-yard line by Clemens. He's across the 15, across the 20, and he will be spun down at the 23-yard line. A big clump of turf came up there on that return by Joey Clemens as he takes it about 12 yards. As he tried to break it across that far side, wasn't able to get much, though, rolling on that one. 7:55 to play here in the third quarter. It's Graves County 28, Grayson County 13. Again, ball placed at the 23. So you can give Clemens about 12 yards on that return. Under center goes Decker. He has Miller in the backfield. It'll be a handoff to Miller on the fullback dive. He gets it up to the 25-yard line and is immediately driven backwards by the Graves County defensive line. 2-yard pickup there by the senior Mason Miller on the return. Grayson County has moved the ball on offense well tonight. That second drive is going to be one that I think you're going to circle. The penalties, and then you can maybe say a questionable play call to go for it on 4th down and 3 at midfield. Those are the two drives and plays that you can keep an eye on. Shotgun formation for Decker this time. 2 wide receivers on each side. He has a running back to his right. He will pass, 2-step drop, and he is going to be sacked in the backfield for a loss. He was hit from the blind side, and in there on the tackle was Caden Stimson for the sack. And that will bring him down to the 20-yard line, so it's a loss of 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 3rd down and 12 for Grayson County. Shotgun for Decker. Graves shows blitz. They will blitz up the middle, throwing over the middle. Bratcher with a high catch. He's got the first down. Ball's out, and I think he was down. And they're going to call an incomplete pass. If anything, I think he was down. And the official says it was an incomplete pass. Graves County wants a fumble, but the official comes in and says it's incomplete. Graves County's coach is upset, and if I'm Brian Jones, I'm upset because I think he was down. But I guess for Grayson County, if you have to choose between a fumble and an incomplete pass, you'll take the incomplete pass. But Bratcher went up high to get that one. It was a nice catch. When he turned, he brought it down, made a football move, and that's when he went down, and it looked like his knee was down. We don't have instant replay to possibly show that one to you. So Grayson County will now be forced to punt this one away, as it'll be the standing deep is the return man, and it's not a good punt from Caden Woodcock, and it takes out of bounds at the 37-yard line, a 17-yard punt by Caden Woodcock, and Graves County is going to get themselves great field position here to start this their second drive here of the second half with 6 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the third quarter. It is Grayson trailing Graves 28-13. Ball will be placed at the Cougars' 38-yard line. Score update, Breck County has scored against Owensboro at 68-6 at the end of the third quarter. Trips to the right side for the quarterback, Brown. It'll be a handoff to McKee. He's across the 35, across the 30, squirts through the hole across the 20, where he'll be brought down from behind at the 18-yard line on the return. And saving the touchdown there for Grayson County was Hunter Felty. And there is a penalty flag on the play, and it is holding called against Graves County, and that will bring this one back. I'm sure if you're Grayson County, you're saying, thank goodness. It'll bring them back to the Cougars' 49-yard line. So you're looking here at 2nd down and 21, if my math is correct, which at 8:30 on a Friday night you can never count on. It's 1st down and long, though. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, it's Graves 28, Grayson 13. 2 wide receivers on each side, shotgun formation for Brown. McKee is to his left in the backfield. Brown will pass, throws, and it is incomplete. That hit the turf, and that's a good call. That is a great call. The Graves County fans don't like it, but I think that's clearly an incomplete pass as Richards tried to catch it, but it clearly took a bounce. Nick Kemp still in the official's ear, but I think that was 100% the correct call. Brown gets the play call from the offensive coordinator for Graves County, and now will rejoin his teammates in the huddle. Owensboro has now added another touchdown. It is 75-6 against Breckenridge County. Trips to the right side, 1 wide receiver down here to the left side. And they will throw out to the far side of the bubble screen. It's complete at the 49-yard line. Outside the numbers across the 40, where he'll be brought down at the 39-yard line. I think that was Mason Grant on the catch and run. Caden Woodcock in there on the tackle for Grayson County. It's up to the 39-yard line. That's a 10-yard pickup near the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Here coming up for Graves. Big play for the Grayson County defense. You need a stop in the worst kind of way if you want to give yourself any chance to come back in this one. Into the game, Cade Goatley. He will line up on the right slot. 2 wide receivers on each side. McKee moves from the right side of Brown. Now McKee is going to roll out here down to the near side. Brown fakes the pass, throws. It's complete to Grant at the 45-yard line. He's got the 1st down and more. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's to the house. Touchdown, Graves County, 39 yards. And the Eagles have now taken themselves a 34-13 lead. Penalty flag on the play, though. The Eagles fans don't like it. The Cougar fans love it. So it'll bring us back to 3rd down. It is holding. And the ball is going to be placed at the 33-yard line. So it turns out to be a 6-yard gain. And Nick Kemp is livid on the sideline, and he took his mask off. And that's something that the officials have been asked by the KHSAA, that if coaches are not wearing the masks, that it turns into unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Something to keep in mind that might come up if coaches, they get 1 warning, and that's on both sides, that if they aren't wearing their mask, they can get penalized. Shotgun formation on 3rd down and 5. Trips down here to the near side. Brown, and there's going to be a penalty flag. False start called against the left tackle for Graves County. Moving quick was Ethan O'Gwyn. Nick Kemp didn't seem to agree with that call either, as he immediately shakes his head on the sideline. He didn't agree with it, but I think I did see O'Gwyn move. And immediately every Cougar defender pointed towards O'Gwyn moving. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now. For Graves County. 28-13, they lead this one. It's a handoff to McKee on the halfback draw. He's got the 1st down and more. 20, 15. He splits a tackle. 5, touchdown, Graves County. So instead of a 39-yard reception for a touchdown, it's a 38-yard run by Clint McKee with 4:46 to play here in this game. 34-13 pending the extra point. And the Grayson County season is in doubt here early on, or here in this 3rd quarter, with 4 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the 3rd. Placed down, the kick is up, and it is good. He made it 35-13 is the Graves County lead after the touchdown run by Clint McKee from 38 yards out. See if we can't bring you some scores from around the region. Other ones, Owensboro Catholic all over McLean County in the third quarter, 27-8. Apollo leads McCracken County 10-7. That score is in the third quarter. Again, Owensboro leading Breckenridge County 75-6 is that score. There's still about 10 minutes left in that game. One on from Owensboro. Final score, Christian Academy of Louisville. Cal defeats DeSales 7-3. Sounds like a good game going on in the Louisville area tonight. And Logan County leads Hopkins County Central 50-14. That score is at the half. Union County also on top of Webster County 34-6. That score is in the third quarter. Our score, Graves 35, Grayson 13. 4 minutes, 46 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Grayson County going to get the football back, and they need offense in the worst kind of way. They led this one 13-7 at one point, but it's been 28 unanswered for Graves County. And it's a kick on the ground taken by the up-back Zach Bratcher. He takes it at the 32-yard line. He tries to get it across that far side. He's across the 35, and he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So Zach Bratcher ends up getting only about 6 on the return. And he had to go about 25 to get 6. So Grayson County will have the ball here. 4 minutes, 39 seconds to play in the third quarter. Again, they trail 35-13. They have it on their own 40. What does Brian Jones draw up here? He has 2 wide receivers to the left side, none down here to the near side. Looks like we do have a new, nope, it is a handoff to Woodcock. Across the left side, he's across the 45, tried a stutter step, and he's brought down. Actually, an extra burst brings him down to midfield, and that should be enough for a first down Cougars. As it looked like he was going to be brought down after a pickup of only about 6, but an extra push pushed him forward for a 10-yard pickup. That's enough for the first down for Grayson County. 4:20 and counting to play in the third quarter. It's Graves 35, Grayson 13. Now this time they're going to send the 2 wide receivers down here to the near side. In fact, actually it's going to be 3 wide receivers as Mason Miller will now join Bratcher and Toms. Shotgun formation for Decker and Woodcock. Woodcock is to Decker's right. There's 2 seconds on the play clock, and a timeout will be taken by Grayson County with 3 minutes and 55 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Some other scores to bring you. Bowling Green leads Greenwood 28-7. That is 10 minutes to play in the third quarter of that game. E-Town defeats Thomas Nelson 63-7. Apollo now has taken a 13-7 lead over McCracken County. 7 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the third quarter of that game. As other scores to bring you, that seems South Warren on top of Christian County 36-0, end of the third quarter. So it looks like you're going to have a rematch of Bowling Green, South Warren. South Warren won that matchup, I think, 10-3 earlier this season. What seemed like it was a great game. And it will be a barring a comeback here for Grayson County. There's still a ton of time in this game. You got 16 minutes left on this clock. There's still a lot of time left to come back in this one, but if the result holds, it will be Graves County making the trip to Owensboro. Shotgun formation for Decker. 3:55 to play. It's 35-13, Graves over Grayson. And Decker will hand it off to Woodcock. He gets through the hole up to the 45-yard line, up to the 44. About a 6-yard pickup there for Caden Woodcock. And Woodcock earlier on in this game crossed the 1,000-yard mark on the season. Big accomplishment for the senior running back for Grayson County. Cougars break the huddle. 2nd down and 4 will come up here for Grayson. Shotgun here again for Grayson. Two wide receivers, and Toms will go in motion from the near side to the far side. He came from the slot, now he's out wide. Be a handoff to Woodcock up the middle. He's across the 40. He's got the first down and more. Brought down at the 35-yard line. 9-yard pickup by Caden Woodcock, and a very late penalty flag comes in. And it was after the play had really ended. And they're going to talk this one over. I'm not sure what had happened as I saw it as I was looking down at my notes to see what it is. The official walks it down and see what it might be. It looks like it's on Graves County. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against the Eagles. Looks like a late hit or something on Woodcock. Good job, Grayson County, keeping their cool after that. Sometimes when you get a late hit, you get some extracurriculars that'll pop up, and the ball will now be placed at the 20-yard line. So that's where Grayson County is going to have the ball, trying to stay alive in this one. Final score, Meade defeats Central Hardin 21-9. That is a final. Bryan Station defeats Madison Central 14-13. Dixie Heights comes back to defeat Simon Kenton 34-33. Graves leads this one 35-13. And now the officials are going to talk this one over some more as the clock is stopped with 3 minutes and 14 seconds. And now Brian Jones is going to talk with his team as the officials are talking this one over. Not sure what this conversation could be about. And Nick Kemp still into the officials' ears. I'm not entirely sure what he's upset about. Whatever it is, the ref either said that's enough, or Nick Kemp said, okay, I've seen enough. All alone in the backfield is Decker. He fakes the handoff. He's going to throw over the middle, and it is intercepted by Graves County. He had a man, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line, across the 10, across the 20, where he's going to be brought down at the 22-yard line. It was underthrown. He had Hunter Toms wide open, but it's intercepted by Graves County. Looks like it was picked off by Wesley Feltz. He had a man wide open if he wanted to take it, but Feltz intercepts it. And with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to play here in the third quarter, Graves County's going to get the ball back on their own 23-yard line. Shotgun formation. It'll be a handoff to McKee up the middle. He's across the 30. He breaks through another hole across the 35-yard line up to the 37. That is a first down pickup of 14 yards for Graves County. I see Owensboro has now scored again against Breckenridge County. They now lead that one 81-6, and that is a final score. Owensboro has defeated Breckenridge County 81-6. Not sure how to comment on that. So Owensboro has advanced. The winner of tonight's game will play in Owensboro next week. Brown to pass, looks to the right. Now he will pass, throwing down the field. He has a man, and a diving catch is made across the 30-yard line. Mason Grant. Up to the 27 on the pass completion.
First down.
And just like that, Graves County now has the ball deep into Grayson County territory. He threw it up, and at the time of throwing it, Woodcock, the cornerback, and Grant, the wide receiver, were even. And when he threw it, Grant kind of checked in that extra burst and was able to make a nice diving catch. Shotgun formation, pitches down here to the near side to McKee. He gets across the corner and sidesteps across the 20-yard line, and he's brought down at the 14-yard line down the near side. That's enough for a first down for Graves County. 13-yard pickup, and into the red zone. Go the Eagles again here, under 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Winding the clock again, says our head official tonight. they're going to send here 2 wide receivers to the near side. Ball placed on the near hash. To pass is Brown. It's another screen, and it's complete to Richards at the 10-yard line. He slips a tackle inside the 5. He's inside the end zone. Touchdown, Graves County. It's a 14-yard touchdown reception by Race Richards. With 1 minute and 22 seconds to play here in this third quarter, it is Graves County 41, Grayson County 13. The extra point coming here to give them 42. Place down, kick is up. It is long enough, and he put it through. Graves leads 42-13. It's Cougar football on K105.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Oh, that's a bad call.
That was a great call.
That's the worst call I've ever seen.
Great call.
Horrible. That's a horrible call.
Sports fans don't often see things the same way.
Terrible call.
That was a good call.
Terrible call.
But there's one call everyone can agree on. Call 811 before you dig, the free service that helps you avoid utility lines while you're digging. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Safety!
In the third quarter, it's Graves County 42, Grayson County 13. Tough night here for Grayson County. They played really well in that first half of action, and the second half has just been all Eagles here to start off. And Connor Thomas will kick this one away with 1:22 to play in the third quarter. And he will kick it, and it's a shorter kick and caught on the bounce by Clemens at the 18-yard line. Clemens right up the middle across the 30-yard line, and he's driven backwards, and a very late hit comes in by Graves County. No whistle blown as coming in was Ben Jernigan on the tackle. And are they going to give him forward progress to the 30? They will not. So it'll be to the 29-yard line where this one will be placed for Grayson County. Barring a miraculous comeback, the Cougars season will fall here tonight in Mayfield for the second straight season. This has been a challenging year up and down on all sides. I mean, you look at just, even if you take out the obvious, you lost a lot from last season. New head coach, a lot to be proud of if you're a Grayson County fan here tonight. Decker in the shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on each side. And it is kept by Woodcock. They were trying to read option, and it was trying to hand it off to Woodcock, but both of them were hit in the backfield. And it will turn out to be a 5-yard loss. Second down and 15 will come up for Grayson County with 1 minute to play in this game. See here, Edmondson County has taken a 23-6 lead over Clinton County. 3 minutes left in the third quarter of that one. Shotgun formation, trips to the left side for Grayson County. Low snap. Decker will roll out to that far side. Slips one tackle in the backfield. He's not going to be able to slip the other ones, and he's brought down for a loss in the backfield. And Brian Jones showing some frustration, saying throw the ball, is what he said to Decker on that one, and he is brought down for a loss back to the 18-yard line, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, it's Grayson County trailing Graves County 42-13. This is Cougar football on K105.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Anytime they're playing music downstairs, it's loud. I go downstairs, see what they're doing, see what music they're doing, see what they're dancing to. I go play piano downstairs, they come get involved. Leah has a drum set beside it, banging that. Any music, that's what they do.
Come on, sing it with me. 42-13, Graves County leads this one. Here at the start of the fourth quarter of action. As this has gotten from bad to worse here in the worst kind of way. As the Cougars will have the ball here placed on their own 18-yard line at the start of this fourth quarter. They'll go in I formation. It'll be a handoff to Woodcock, and he has nothing rolling at all. In fact, he just got back to the line of scrimmage across that right side, and that clock continues to roll here. And Grayson County is going to punt this one away here on fourth down and a country mile coming up here for Grayson. As in fact, Graves does not have anybody back deep to receive this punt. It's kind of interesting. I don't think you'd want to go deep. Now here comes the man in as Kyler Matting will now run deep to take this one. As he had waited on the sideline until the last possible second. Woodcock is actually going to look like he's going to, no, now he'll give it away. And it's actually not a terrible punt. And it'll bounce out of bounds near midfield. So that's where Graves County will get the ball back here. That is a 32-yard punt by Caden Woodcock. It'll be interesting to see here. I think if you're Graves County, at least if I'm Graves County, I don't put my starters back out there. Let's see what they will do, though. I think, you know what, you're up 42-13. You more than likely are going to win this game and go into the next round of the playoffs. The last thing you want is someone to get hurt. Looks like we might have a new quarterback into the game, but it does appear that Clint McKee is still in there. And it will be a handoff to McKee up the middle, and he's up to the 45-yard line, 5-yard pickup on the run. It's an interesting decision here to leave Clint McKee in the game. He is your man that runs. In fact, the new quarterback is a number 1 who I don't have on my roster, as I have one of their backup quarterbacks is Drake DeFreitas. And I'm not sure if that is who is in the game, as they seem to have changed their roster since last time we played them last month. 10.5 minutes to play here in this game, though. It is 42-13, Graves County leading Grayson County. 2 wide receivers down here to the near side, 1 out to the left. Shotgun formation for DeFreitas as the quarterback. It'll be another handoff to McKees across the 45. He's tripped up at the 40-yard line, but that's enough for the first down. Up to the 37-yard line, it is a 8-yard pickup in that Graves County first down. DeFreitas takes the long run in to do this as Graves County will have the ball placed in the Cougars' 38-yard line, pretty much right in between the hashes with 10 minutes to play in tonight's contest. Shotgun formation for DeFreitas. 2 wide receivers down here to the right side. It'll be another handoff to McKee. Is a big hole right up the middle. He keeps his legs turning up to the 30-yard line. He might have even gotten a couple of extra ones up to the 28, but it appears the officials blow him dead at the 30-yard line. 7-yard pickup there for the junior Clint McKee. And I know when I was talking with Coach Jones before the game, we were talking about who would be back on this Graves County team when Grayson hosts them next season. And he said, well, it's good to have the quarterback gone. And I said, well, you still got McKee next year. And he said, yeah, don't remind me. As McKee is just a great talent. Not looking forward to having to play him again next season. And Mason Grant will also return. But Graves does lose. Race Richards does lose Kyler Matting. Dusluge, John Van Brown, so some losses, and there's a handoff up the middle. Grayson County, Zach Bradsher hits him in the backfield for a loss. In fact, we have a new running back into the game. It's Wesley Feltz, and he's hit, and looks like they're going to give him forward progress. It only turned out to be a 2-yard loss on that one. Maybe a little bit of home cooking, as they would say here on the spot, as Zach Bradsher looked like he got him maybe for a loss of 3, but instead it's only a loss of, in fact, they might even say only a loss of 1 on that one. 8.5 to play in tonight's game. It's Graves 42, Grayson 13. Shotgun formation, 2-pass. Throws to the right side. It is complete to Race Richards at the 25-yard line. He spun around, stuck the ball out to about the 24, and that's a first down for Graves County up to the 23-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup, and that Eagle first down. Be sure to stay tuned in for our post-game show, the 5th quarter, as we'll hopefully talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones. And this game doesn't go their way, but there's still a lot to be proud of on this season. Battling through all of the restrictions, everything. You start off the season 4-0 as there is a whistle blown here by the near judge as he stops the clock with 8 minutes to play. He is in no rush to walk up and see what the stoppage is. Oh, there's lights on. Someone in the parking lot has their lights turned on. And when they flash at him, he turns on his brights. Oh, he's leaving. So somebody had their lights turned on in the parking lot that's over on the far side of the field. If you're watching with us, you might know. I guess you can't really see it. As, in fact, you can see the truck. If you're watching with us on K105 Digital Productions, the truck that is leaving that was causing the issues. Handoff to Feltz across the right side. He's across the 20, outside the numbers, inside the 15, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line from behind by Hunter Felty for Grayson County. And Caden Woodcock, or Joey Clemens was also in there on the tackle for the Cougars up to the 10-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup.
That's good for an Eagle. First down.
So the ball placed at the 10-yard line, 7:40 to play here in this game tonight. Graves County knocking on the door of scoring another touchdown. And that next touchdown, if I can do math correctly, would put us in a running clock situation. It's a handoff to Feltz, up the middle, left side, inside the 5-yard line, and it's down to the 3. 7-yard pickup there for Wesley Feltz. In fact, we can look at the running clock rules here for, well, we'll wait and see if Graves County scores to pull that up here in just a few minutes. 7 minutes to play, though, in tonight's game. Graves County obviously just letting this clock run. There's no point in them really taking any more time. They're on their way to play Owensboro next week. Get Owensboro a winner tonight over Breckenridge County, but what was it, 82-6 or something along the lines of that? Again, yes, you did hear me correctly, 82-6. And in some ways, it's almost a blessing that you don't have to go play that. Ball's on the floor. Grayson County looks like they fall down on top of it. As the snap was bobbled, does Grayson get it? They do! Cougar football! As the snap was on the ground and Grayson County falls down on top of it, and the Cougars have the football, and they do not have a running clock situation. Instead, Grayson will have the ball officially at the 7-yard line with 6 minutes and 33 seconds to play in tonight's game. So it's placed at their own 7. Shotgun formation here for Grayson County. Keeler Decker. Woodcock is in the backfield, fakes the handoff to him. Now Decker's going to run it across the right side. He's across the 10, brought down as he crosses the 15-yard line, and a penalty flag, a late one, comes in. And I think this might be a face mask called against Graves County. I think that might add some few more yards. Personal foul. Face mask called against Graves County. So that'll move Grayson County forward even more, and that'll be enough for a first down Cougars. As it will move us up to officially the 32-yard line. So it turns out to be about a 27-yard pickup there a 25-yard pickup for Grayson County. after the run by Decker and the face mask penalty. So first down and 10, 6:20 to play in tonight's game. Shotgun formation for Decker, showing blitzes Graves. Decker will roll down here to the near side, running a little option. He's going to keep it himself, turns upfield across the 40-yard line, and he's up to the 43 on the run, and that appears enough for a first down, Cougars. 11 yards on the run there by Kaylor Decker. This Cougar offense is going to turn to him a lot next season. Be interesting to see how he can improve over this next year. I do believe, don't quote me on this, I believe barring changes, obviously, because we can never guarantee anything in this world that we are living in today, Grayson will open the season at Edmonson County next year. I don't believe the Hancock County series will be renewed. Decker's going to run this himself off the right side. He's across the 45, still on his feet across midfield, driven towards the first down marker. It does appear that he might have enough for the first down. The officials do, and it is first down, Cougars. Up to the 47-yard line. Decker moving the ball himself on this one. A nice drive rolling. 5.5 minutes to play in tonight's game. Nice drive for Grayson County here. Trying to end the season on a positive note. Decker is the quarterback. Low snap. He corrals it. He will pass. Throws. Wide open. Caught at the 35-yard line. Spinning down to the 30-yard line. First down, Cougars. Levi Martin was the man there that caught that one. And it's up to the 30-yard line. 17-yard pickup. And the Grayson County drive is continuing to roll. Nice drive working here for Grayson County. Decker gets the play call from Brian Jones, 5:10 to play. This is WKHG Litchfield K105 as we cross the 9 o'clock mark here from Mayfield. Under 5 minutes to play. Mason Miller goes in motion from the near side to the far side, and it's a handoff to Woodcock, and he is driven backwards immediately. He was touched before he even really touched the ball by Graves, and it will be a gain of 1 yard for Caden Woodcock. Second down and 9 will come up. 4.5 minutes to play in tonight's game. As under center will be Decker. 2 wide receivers down near to the near side, 1 to the right side. Faking the handoff to Woodcock. He steps away from one man. Decker's going to throw. Down the field, he has a man wide open. Touchdown, Cougars! There is a penalty flag on the play, though. And it is holding called against Grayson County. The best throw maybe of the season from Kaylor Decker will not stand. The frustration shows on the Cougar sideline. They thought they had a 29-yard touchdown to Levi Martin, but it will be brought back because of a holding penalty. So Grayson, this will move them back to the 46-yard line. Turns into second down and 26, I believe, here for Grayson. 4 minutes to play here in tonight's game. Again, it's Graves 42, Grayson 13. 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 here to the near side. Under center goes Decker. Faking the handoff, Decker will roll. He throws a screen out over that far side. Across the 40-yard line, it's Owen Brancher on the catch and run. He gets it up to the 37-yard line. That's about a pickup of 9 yards on the catch and run for Grayson County. Cougars moving the ball here on their last drive. It started all the way back on their own 7. Two wide receivers again on each side. It's the shotgun formation. Low snap, Decker corrals, steps up over the middle. It is caught by Bretcher across the 25 where he'll dive down to the 22-yard line. That's near the first down marker as that was 3rd down and long. And instead it's going to turn in here to 4th down and 2. And obviously a 15-yard pickup there. You got to go for it here if you're Grayson County. Almost curious, and I think Brian Jones probably thought about it for a quick second. If you put in Jackson Kane, try and get him his first career field goal attempt here because he's a sophomore. You're going to need him these next 2 years. Just try and get him a chance, but I think you got to go for 6 here if you're Grayson County. 2 wide receivers on each side. Timeout whistle blown, called by the Cougars. We'll take it with him. It's Cougar football on K105.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Oh, that's a bad call. That was a great call.
That's the worst call I've ever seen.
Great call.
Horrible. It's a horrible call.
Sports fans don't often see things the same way.
Terrible call.
That was a good call.
Terrible call.
But there's one call everyone can agree on. Call 811 before you dig. The free service that helps you avoid utility lines while you're digging. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Safety!
Grayson County will have the ball here. 4th down and 2, 2:42 to play in tonight's game. They trail 42-13. And it is going to be kept by Decker. He's got the first down and more inside the 15-yard line. Up to the 11, move the sticks again. It's an 11-yard pickup for Grayson County. Decker's moving the ball really well. Again, this is probably on Graves' JV defense. But you got to think, Graves' JV defense, a lot of these guys might be stepping up and playing actual defense for the varsity team next season. So you just got to get the momentum going. End the season on a positive note. This would be a great drive to end the year. I formation this time. The junior is under center, and it is a handoff to Woodcock. He's inside the 10, and he's going to be driven down at about the 6-yard line on the run. 5-yard pickup for Grayson County. Under 2 minutes and counting now to play in tonight's game. Grayson County trying to make sure Graves doesn't get any more chance to come back in this one, and I think if you're Graves, though, if you get the ball back, you'll probably just take a knee and get to Owensboro. I formation. Handoff, Woodcock, right side. Dives towards the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Cougars! Caden Woodcock gets his touchdown run, his 2nd of the game, and his 15th of the season. Caden Woodcock is having himself a nice career here and a nice season for Grayson County. And will they go for 2? It appears that they will. So the 6-yard touchdown run by Woodcock. So they will go for 2. Cougars on the season are 6 of 15 on 2-point conversions, and you can make that 6 of 16 as it is incomplete. 42-19 is the score here for Graves County. They lead this one with 1 minute and 38 seconds to play, but that is a nice drive to end this season. $15 touchdowns on the season for Caden Woodcock. So 42-19, and again, I think Grayson County will kick this deep, and I would hope Graves County would just take a knee and get out of here. There's no reason to try and run any more plays, get someone hurt. And like I said, I think the last time we were here, this is not a rivalry game. I mean, it might have picked up a little bit over these past couple of years. This is not Grayson County, Edmonson County, where you can kind of run up the score a little bit because it's your rival. Grayson County, Breck County, Graves County, Mayfield, Graves County, McCracken County. These are just, it's not meant for that issue. And you might call me old school or whatever. I know that some people say if you don't like it, stop them. And I get that. But at the same time, I think there's a time and place, and I don't know. I might just be old school when it comes to that. So Jackson Kane will kick this one away with 1:38 to play. And it is on the ground right up the middle, and it is picked up at the 17, bobbled, and now picked up at the 20, missing a tackle in the backfield across the 30-yard line and brought down at the 31. That's where Graves County will have the football here with 1 minute and 29 seconds to play in tonight's game. They'll have the ball placed on their own 31-yard line, and I think you just go into the victory formation here if you're Graves County and win this one by a final score of 42-19, and that appears exactly what they will be doing. So good luck to the Graves County Eagles next week as they take on maybe the best team in the entire state in the Owensboro Red Devils. It will be a tough matchup for sure for them. So again, 42-19 will be our final score, barring something crazy happening here, and they'll just take, they'll have to take 2 more knees here as 1:20 is left on the clock. Play clock just a little bit late to start, but I don't think anybody is upset about that one. Some substitutions coming in as Mason Miller will check into the game, one of the seniors. 11 seniors. On this Grayson County team, they take a knee there. 45 seconds, so they'll have to knee it one more time and get out of here with this one. As we appreciate, though, everyone tuning in all season long. And our good friend Roger Lush says, by his count, Caden Woodcock crossed 100 yards in the game with that run. That'll wrap things up here tonight. Graves County defeats Grayson County by a final score of 42-19. The Cougars finish this season with a record of 5-3 as they're going to tip their helmets to the team. Looks like there's some respect here on both sides, and Brian Jones going out and talking to his seniors here, and they have a lot to be happy about with how this season went. Brian Jones giving them all a big hug, and this is always tough for a senior playing their last game. Graves County advances to face Owensboro next week in the playoffs. We'll come back, wrap it up here after this. It's Cougar football on K105.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Oh, excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
The 2020 season for Grayson County comes to an end here tonight by a final score of 42-19. Coming up, we'll jump into the fifth quarter show. We'll hopefully get a chance to talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones, who's obviously talking with his team right now, and that's a whole lot more important than talking with me. But we'll hopefully get a chance to talk with him after this, wrap up the season, and more. As this has been the play-by-play of tonight's game, the fifth quarter show is next on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts at Midway Pharmacy.
That's a bad call.
That was a great call.
That's the worst call I've ever seen.
Great call.
Horrible. It's a horrible call.
Sports fans don't often see things the same way.
Terrible call.
That was a good call.
Terrible call.
But there's one call everyone can agree on. Call 811 before you dig, the free service that helps you avoid utility lines while you're digging. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Oh, excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back here to Graves County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars have fallen tonight in the Class 5A playoffs by a final score of 42-19. Tough night to be a Cougar, but still a lot to be proud of. This team lost a lot from last season. New coach with really no spring practice, not a lot of summer practice. And they start off the season 4-0. They beat an Ohio County team. They don't even just beat an Ohio County team. They dominate a good Ohio County team. Had tough games against this Graves County team. Owensboro, who we learned tonight, apparently is a actual NFL team when it comes to scoring points. Only scored 81 tonight against Breckenridge County. No, that's not. They aren't playing basketball tonight. That is a final football score, 81-6. They defeat Breck. Not a typo. There's a lot to be proud of if you're a Grayson County fan. And I'm sure I was looking at some of the comments of those that were watching on K105 Digital Productions and saw a lot of the same. This has been a difficult year in a lot of ways. But this team has rallied together and has been able to make a lot happen because of it. Coming up, though, on our fifth quarter show, we will hopefully at some point talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones. Right now he's talking with his team. Obviously, like we say, when you end the season, that's a whole lot more important than talking with us. But at the same time, we really do want to hear from him and hear what his message was with the team, what what does he want looking forward, and what does this senior class mean to him. I mean, you got some good players. I don't want to name names because I don't want to forget anybody. But it was good to see one of those seniors, Caden Woodcock, scores 15th touchdown of the season there on that last drive of the game. We'll take a break, come back with more here as this is Cougar Football on K105.
Anytime they're playing music downstairs, it's loud. I go downstairs, see what they're doing, see what music they're doing, see what they're dancing to. I go play piano downstairs, they come get involved. Leah has a drum set beside it, banging that. Any music, that's what they do.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix. K1.
Welcome back here to Mayfield, where Grayson County has fallen tonight by a final score of 42-19. As head coach Brian Jones is making his way up the steps right now, so we'll be sure to talk with him here in just a couple of minutes as he makes his way into the press box, as he will join us here in a moment. But the Cougars fall tonight again by that final score of 42-19, as we'll make sure to get him his headset on, and he'll join us right now as taking the jacket off. It turned out to be a lot warmer tonight, as I know I prepared with a jacket and everything. You would think that, a couple of days before Thanksgiving that we'd maybe be a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler. But I'm joined now by head coach Brian Jones and Coach. This has been a tough season. I don't think there's any doubt about that. You're a brand new head coach here for this program. You didn't get any spring practice, and you start off the season 4-0, have a big win against Ohio County. You have to be really proud of this group for how they came together here over this last season.
Yeah, absolutely. Not just on the field either. Everything that they've dealt with just
life
where our world is today, and the way they've handled themselves through COVID, having to mask up, take temperatures. One day we're practicing, the next day we're not. We get quarantined for 2 weeks, just their adaptability, resilience. There's a lot of great young men.
When you think of this senior class, and I know that I know personally I was really happy that Caden got to finish off with that touchdown, his 15th of the season. He got the 1,000-yard mark. I know Roger Lush, he was keeping track at home, and he said he had him with over 100 yards rushing. When you think of this senior class, what will come to mind when you look back at this here over these next couple of weeks?
Just their maturity, their work ethic, their character. You know, they through their high school career, 3 winning seasons. You know, they've just been outstanding. You know, I think you'd have to put that group up there with, you know, the class that went through around 14, or the class that went through, you know, 2010. You know, both of the Garys. You know, I think you'd have to put them up there with some of those teams that, or groups that, you know, were just really good football players. And they've, you know, kind of righted the ship. Hopefully, you know, that what they've done just continues to be built upon. You know, because when they were freshmen, it was a long, hard year that year, and we struggled. And then their sophomore, junior, senior year, you know, 3 winning seasons in a row, and have a 1,000-yard rusher in 8 games. You know, graduate about 17 or 18 starting positions off last year's team. 2 years in a row, we've had to replace at least 4 linemen up front. And so, you know, for some of these guys that just didn't have a whole lot of game time experience to step in and have the seasons they've had, has just been really phenomenal. Super proud of them. I hate, you know, there's only a few teams, you know, in the state every year get to finish on a win, and either the ones that don't make the playoffs or, you know, your state champions. And so it's always hard. And, you know, I hurt for them. Heck, I was over there crying like a baby. But just a great group of guys.
What was your message to them there on the field as you wrapped up this game?
Just how proud we are of them, you know, to get through this season. I mean, you know, if you go back to the end of last season, and we're graduating all these guys, and we get in the weight room, and, man, we were in a really rough spot. Started doing things a little differently, you know, and they really bought in, and here we start getting pretty strong, and then boom, COVID hits, and you know, you're out for 3 months, not able to do anything. And then, you know, we get the message, boom, hey, it's going to happen, we're coming back. And so we jump back in, and you know, we just try to explain to them, you know, that, you know, this hurts. We know it hurts. We've all kind of been through it as coaches, you know, as former players or coaches with other classes. And, you know, to see them crying over there, it's hard, because you look at those kids, you know, like for me, I've got 3 daughters. Those are the sons I'll never have. And so you just try to help them through it as best you can.
When you look towards the future, obviously a big pro is that you return a quarterback, something that you haven't really done over these past couple of years. You mentioned these winning seasons, but I know technically you returned Noah, but he had coming off an injury, so that's almost like you're putting in a new quarterback of sorts. Yep. So you will have Taylor moving back. And I think that if you wanted to end the season on a high note, you did just that with a 10-play drive there, starting at your own 7-yard line. I know it might have been against the JV defense, but what does that kind of drive, where Kaler was moving the ball really well, he threw some passes to Owen Bradshaw, what does that say about the future of this program moving forward?
Oh, you know, there's some tremendous kids coming back. I mean, I've said it all year long. You know, Owen Bradshaw and Hunter Toms are just 2 outstanding athletes that, you know, they're blessed with 6'3", 6'4" size. You know, Toms can jump through the gym. Decent speed, good route runners, real aggressive receivers that block well on the perimeter. You know, so you look at those 2 and say, wow, you know, you got that coming back. Then you got Kaler coming back, and you know, we may look a little bit different next year. You know, because I don't know if you can replace a Mason Miller. You know, his ISO blocks and the way he kind of does some things. It's, you know, you don't get those guys all the time that are just have no regard for their own well-being, and just are willing to sacrifice themselves for, you know, the guy behind him. So, I don't know if we'll be as much of a power run team, and we may have to do some things with some of those skill kids. So it's, and you saw some of that. Kayla run on the perimeter, throw the ball out there to the big receivers. And, that we may be more of that next year because we're going to, we got to keep those guys involved. That will in turn help our run game that may not have that big power fullback and things like that. So there's definitely some positives coming back. But again, we're losing some guys up front, and you lose a 1,000-yard rusher, you lose a great fullback, you lose 2 middle linebackers, and so there's going to be some big holes to fill. And right now you look at it and say, well, what does the off season look like again? And because where we're at as a country with COVID is as bad as it's ever been, and so you got to weigh risks and things like that about off-season weight programs and things like that. Right now you look at it and say, kind of what's worth it and what's not. And so obviously we always take a little bit of time off after the season, and hopefully after the first of the year maybe our country will start to look better, and some of those things will be available for us to start hunkering down and getting ready for next season.
Well, Coach, middle of August, we'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
And we'll be back again. What, Edmonson County first game? Isn't that what I think I was hearing from something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We've rearranged some things and try to get them on the schedule early. And so it big rivalry game. Didn't get a chance to play them this year, and hopefully we'll be able to hold on to that tobacco stick.
Coach, can't wait, and congrats on a great season, and thank you for everything you've done for us, and we can't wait for the next year.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. I don't get to hear the games, but
it's probably a good thing.
I got family in Florida and friends, different places that listen in and talk about how great of a job you guys do, and so I really appreciate everything you guys have done. And I just want to close out with say, when I was a younger man, before I had daughters, I never cried. But, I appreciate our administration, our Board of Education for allowing these kids to have this season. Because it would have been easy, just say it's not worth the risk, and for them to put some trust in us to do the right things. And for all intents and purposes, I think we were pretty successful at keeping these kids safe. And, these are memories they'll have for a lifetime. So just want to say thank you to those people.
Coach, I appreciate it. We'll have more here coming up after this.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
The Twin Lakes Fast Moves, K105.
The Grayson County 2020 season comes to an end tonight. I do really want to say thank you to Coach Jones for taking the time to come up and talk to us. Talking after a season-ending loss is never an easy thing to do. You can tell how much this team means to him. It means a lot to us that he took the time to come up here and talk. And I know for those of you watching at home that have watched all season, it probably meant a lot to you as well, that he was able to take the time and explain what this season meant to him and what this season means to the players and everything. It's a tough way to lose, but this has been an impressive year. I think there's a lot to be happy about if you're Grayson County, and I know that those watching are probably going to agree wholeheartedly with me. Grayson County started the game up 7-0 after the 22-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. And then they went 3 and out, did Graves County. And Grayson County got the ball after a short punt at the 29-yard line. They were 29 yards away. They ended up having some penalties going back. Graves County tied the game. Cougars took the lead. Caden Woodcock. And then it really was all Graves County from that point. Grant, 54-yard touchdown. McKee, a 4-yard run. 4-yard reception by Richards. 38-yard run by McKee. 14-yard reception by Richards. And Caden Woodcock punched in a late touchdown with just under 2 minutes to go to give the Cougars their 19 points. And again, they fall tonight by a final score of 42-19. As a reminder, basketball season, if you were following along, you might have thought, oh, well, basketball was scheduled to begin on Tuesday. Well, that's not happening. The KHSAA made the decision earlier this week that basketball will not start until January the 4th. So if the schedules stay the same, we will be back in action on that January the 4th, which is a Monday evening. Lady Cougar basketball at Ohio County. And then that next night, we will be again at Ohio County as the Cougar basketball team will face the Eagles. So it'll be back-to-back nights between Grayson County and Ohio County. So that will be here before we know it. We'll blink and it'll already be that point. So that wraps it up. I want to thank the King 105 Digital Productions group for their hard work tonight and all season long. Like Coach Jones says, it was a hard season for his team to go through, and I'm by no means saying that, our crew does a great job, but they obviously don't go through the work that a practice and a football player goes through, but they still have been, wearing masks and everything, and I'm really proud of them. The camera operator all season long was Cody Brock. Your director all season long was Chase Blaine. So on a night where the Grayson County Cougars 2020 season ends with a 5-3 record and a 49-13 loss to Graves, or 42-13 loss to Graves County, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.